Let me just refresh to see that we're doing it for real this time. Okay, yeah,
We're
we are.
live for real. No false starts anymore. Now, does audio of me or the music cut out when we both talk together? Like the music?
I don't know. I didn't hear the music.
You're not hearing any music right now?
Not right this second.
I tell you, folks, this is why we're the professionals here, you know?
No, you're the professional on this. I've never live streamed on my channel in my life, and it's shit like this that explains why I probably never will.
Well, no, I mean, this is all user error for sure. So I'll stop the screen and then I will share my video screen once more. Share system audio. I don't know why that is a default check mark. Should be. Okay, now let's try this again.
There we go.
Oh my God. That's two false starts. Hell yeah, that's a record. I don't even ever get one false. That was the first time I ever did one false start, let alone two. Well, anyway, in case you haven't noticed, we've got the theme music back. Now I was asking, is it like choppy when I talk over the music like this?
I don't think so.
Cool. Yeah.
Maybe first. Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? As long as you can fucking, whatever. Hey, Farrell's in here. I'll be damned. What's up, Farrell? Glad you're making your rounds again. Yeah, I guess anyway, like I said earlier when it wasn't recording, when I thought it was, we're going to just goof off and have fun on Midjourney and talk about random stuff. Russ doing another celebration. Every time I do one of these streams, it's, coming right off of one of Russ's videos or something.
Well, two in this case.
Yeah. A little bit. Not bad. Okay. Yeah. You sure you're live? Tyler tells me in the private messages. My bad. Anyway. Yeah, Farrell, we missed you too, man. And, we've just been kind of just doing the same old shit. Oh, wait, let's do this. There we go. There. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll try a different theme song soon. I don't know. I might try to start editing, my Dorkside intros and outros and maybe change them up a bit. Add the whole like, subscribe, comment spiel. What have you been up to today, Tyler?
Not a whole lot. Like the main highlight of my day was, well, there were two main highlights. One was going to the gym, which was the first time in a couple of weeks. My work schedule for all the days I had off last week just were not convenient whatsoever. And I generally go to the gym just to use their lap pool, hot tub, and sauna anyway. So I got in like a good 60 laps in the course of like 1 hour, which is kind of ideal for me.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Usually like I take 5-minute breaks in between in the hot tub, but there were like 7 other people and they were totally going to take my spot the second I got out of there. So that was fun.
You can't have that. Can't have that. And then also, you also just did a short video today and it did a non-review of The Blackening. Now, this is one of those movies I do want to see, kind of.
Why?
Because, yeah,
dude, I'm not kidding. Well, the first line I said was like, when the white people in the crowd look at this and think that this is racist to black people. I'm not exaggerating. When I went to see The Machine, I went with my old boss from my last job. And like, he said 2 or 3 times how he thought this was offensive to the very people they were marketing it to. And I'm just sitting there going, well, yeah, this is like Tyler Perry level of filmmaking.
Well, to be fair, it's usually white people that are getting offended on behalf of black people. And a lot of times, like, yeah, black people don't seem to care a lot. I mean, some of them get on the bandwagon, but most of them are like, I don't know, man. It's just a stupid movie.
But yeah, well, I wanted to say I've seen examples of blackface that were more respectful, but of course, Robert Downey Jr. is the only example of which you can positively say that. So that was what I went with.
Well, there's a few examples of, what's her name? Judy Garland. She did blackface a few times. Yeah. So you gotta look up those videos.
I'd have to ask Josh. He's probably seen those movies because like he warns me every time he talks about Holiday Inn to like skip a good 5-minute chunk of it where Bing Crosby has like the makeup and everything on. And I'm just sitting there going, you really don't need to tell me that. I already know.
Yeah, let's see here. There we go. Oh my god, dude.
Here what goes.
Just 1 second. I gotta like. You can hear this, right?
Yeah.
Now you can see it. All right, here comes Be Offended. There's Dorothy. There's a few of these videos too. That's crazy. This isn't the only one. She's sorry. I'm at the girlfriend's house.
I come
The
from
internet.
south, from way down south, where the corn and potatoes used to grow. There's great big L. Home is friend. Oh, sweet.
Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I can't tell if you're frozen or just being quiet.
Well, I mean, does it really
It's
make
being
a
quiet.
difference at this point?
I know. All right. Yeah. I mean,
Wow,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I
anybody
mean,
who
it was a
hates
different
Tropic,
time.
anyone who
Still-
hates Tropic Thunder, I defy you to watch that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure, they got no problem canceling Judy Garland because she's dead. They got no problem bringing up someone's corpse and dragging it. But yeah, I agree with the sentiment, Farrell.
It's just like, can you believe John Wayne as Genghis Khan? Like, no, and even back then, nobody bought it.
Yeah, it's still a fun movie about,
So I've heard.
Yeah, I've been putting out a lot of old like 50s movies on YouTube. There's a lot of good ones. Like I watched I Married a Witch the other night, and yeah, legit good movie with a legit like beautiful actress. I was like, who is this lady? She's gorgeous.
Oh.
And I don't know, there's like so many of these YouTube movies. I think I'm gonna start like, trying to do some more of these like public domain movies on these WeWatches.
It's insane how many like regular movies from this day and age are suddenly becoming free on YouTube. I mean, VBS Films, which is a big distribution, they put out Chef, they put out Dragged Across Concrete, which the fact that that's free on YouTube, that's a really good sign.
I mean, it's totally unedited and left the same, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, you can tell by the length of the damn thing that it's the exact same as it was before.
Because I heard about some of those, like, or I don't know if they still do this, but there were definitely like some, movies getting uploaded on YouTube, but they'll be like kind of edited for TV with like a TV 14 rating or whatever. It's like, no.
I see that on Disney Plus like once or twice. There's a TV show
Ew.
episode where I'm just sitting there going, okay, I've seen this. It was longer than that.
I know what you guys are doing. Quit trying to change history.
Which is ironic because Disney Plus says "Thank You for Smoking," a movie that literally makes fun of people trying to correct history.
Irony, it's never far behind. Yeah, I mean, The Blackening, it's like a movie about, I mean, I don't know exactly what it's about, but it's like, okay, so it's like a slasher film, but like the whole cast is black.
So, well, all but one or two people, as far as I know.
So the white people are the first ones to get killed?
Not from what I understand. All I know for sure is that fucking Diedrich Bader from the Drew Carey Show is a cop.
I like him.
Diedrich Bader is a really funny guy and a good voice actor, because there are probably some Batman fans out there who like his work.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
I looked on Wikipedia that he plays a cop literally called Officer White, and I'm just sitting there going...
Is it made by black people or was it made by white people? It's offensive either way.
It's made by Tim Story, of all people, which
sounds familiar. Who is that?
He's the guy who directed, let me see, like last thing I saw him do was the Shaft remake. He did Tom and Jerry movie for some reason. Okay, here we go.
The sequel to the Shaft remake was great.
So he made the original Barber Shop.
Oh, so he's a black man.
Yeah. The Fantastic Four movies, that's really something to be proud of.
I mean, honestly, I love the riff tracks of those, and I watch them often.
Think Like a Man, that one rom-com based off of like a Steve Harvey self-help book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing. And
Yeah, the original 12 Angry Men. Yeah, I was talking about Jury Duty on that last video I did. And yeah, it definitely has like 12 Angry Man vibes.
and the ride-alongs. God, seriously.
I don't know that one. I actually like the Jack Gleason version of 12 Angry Men that was made for HBO, and George C. Scott is like the racist juror guy.
Wasn't Gandolfini in that one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Maybe. I like them back in the day. Yeah.
It's hard not to.
Anyway, what else did you watch? I mean, you've been watching some good stuff. I've been watching Yellow Jackets at the behest of Wes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked he recommended it.
You know, if I had a moment and even in my days off, I probably would. But I haven't done anything for it yet because I'm still ironically, jury's out on my opinion about this, but I did see Across the Spider-Verse on Saturday, and I mean, for starters, it's hard to enjoy it when I'm one of those people that got stuck with like the crappy audio version where even the trailers, you couldn't make out half of what they were saying.
Oh.
So that made it hard to get sucked into the experience. But like the things that I could understand what was going on, it kind of tied into a problem I had with like the Tom Holland Spider-Man's, like with Homecoming especially. I'm just sitting there going, okay, this stuff where you're trying to balance Spider-Man in your home life, Spider-Man 2 already did this and it already did it better. And there were so many moments where, as I was watching Across the Spider-Verse, I'm just sitting there going, okay, Spider-Man 2 did this better. No Way Home did this considerably better. There were so many...
Spider-Man 2 does a lot of things better. It's one of the best superhero movies out there.
I still remember my mom and I actually watching that when it came out. It was the only Spider-Man movie that I saw in theaters of all the Maguire stuff.
See, the first one is good, but it definitely had, even as a kid, I knew like, okay, you could tell like the ending was like rushed and re-edited because of the Twin Towers, 9/11. Well, like even as a child, all the fucking New Yorkers like, hey man, you fight one of us, you fight us all. It was like, it was that brief time of like New York patriotism that was going around October through July of 2001 and 2. It just seems so phony and forced.
I didn't really realize that until I started watching Nostalgia Critic, and like the dialogue is his main pet peeve with those ones. And, he flat out admitted like that was the one time that you could give it a free pass just because of what had happened. But I was 6 years old when my neighbors got the original VHS, and that's when we all watched it together. We loved it. My parents eventually got me a copy of my own that I wore out as much as my Disney cassettes. And I think maybe for nostalgic value or because it's legitimately the first superhero movie I had ever seen, but it's still the first one is still my favorite just because the style of it is pure Sam Raimi. The actors are just as corny. The action scenes, for whatever reason, I still enjoy more than like technically the higher quality shit that we're getting more recently, just because something about it just feels more fun. And I'd have to rewatch them to figure out what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is when these first movies come out, it's all the fun exposition, getting your powers, and you have a more modest budget. The sequel comes around and it's like, here's way more money. And just you can get right into the action. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like Spider-Man 2 doesn't really hold up if you haven't seen Spider-Man 1, but like Spider-Man 2 and X-Men 2, like those are like, oh God, those are so on fire in terms of like superhero stuff. Like
I take X2 over that just because.
Yeah. X2 is a fucking fantastic movie. It's better than Spider-Man. I thought the X-Men movies were better than the Spider-Man movies. Seriously.
Yeah, that was another one. I always wanted to watch the X-Men movies as kids, and I can't remember why my folks were hesitant about it. I guess they figured that with Wolverine it would be a little too violent for me, and even though we loved Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin, there were still moments where like
he's chucking bombs at innocent civilians,
we were so young that like the guys disintegrating in the skeletons, that gave us the creeps. And of course, like him going to Aunt May's house, like that no matter how many times I saw it, it just fucked me up because it's Aunt May.
Yeah, when he blows up Aunt May's fucking bedroom when she's like praying to Jesus, you know?
Yeah, and some test of God that was.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of walked out of there pretty unscathed, all things considering. But that great
Yeah,
meme,
like one day of nightmares, and then yeah,
it's that great meme, you know, like I showed the Oppenheimer one where it's like just like a great image of like, you know, Mary Aunt May just sitting there praying, and then her fucking whole walls like blowing out behind her.
that's a meme.
Yeah, there was one
Oh
I
my
saw where it was
God.
like the top frame was like me in the me at the Barbie theater trying to watch Barbie with Oppenheimer playing next door, and then the second frame is just like the wall exploding. You know, it's so good.
Unbelievable.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can how fast this website refreshes. Trying to okay, so for as far as this Midjourney stuff, oh, Farrell's still going. I miss the old-fashioned B movies. Yes, cheap, little to no resources, but a whole lot of passion for the project. Yeah, that's what I was saying on the Little Mermaid stream. How like
We
I
have
watch
less of those, but like they're still kicking around. They're just harder to
yeah.
find.
Oh, and also the problem with the B movies nowadays is they're made intentionally to be bad, which sucks. You know,
Yeah, that
like the
well,
Sharknado style. It's like, ugh.
that's one of the great things about Dallas Sonier Productions is that I seriously like of all the things, that's just
Of all the
disgusting.
things.
But
Wow.
the cool thing about Dallas Sonier produced movies is that they basically are B movies that are intentionally good, especially
Yeah.
with Dragged Across Concrete.
Yeah, Dragged Across Concrete was, I mean, like it is kind of like a B movie in terms of some of the special effects and stuff, but like, no, it's like that's the thing is like I've talked about with Wes, where it's like a B movie that's an action film. You know, you can do a lot more cool stuff with those. And like the 90s action B movies that were like straight to video, you really just need some guns and some blood squibs and a decent plot. But like when you have like these B movies that are like creature features and science fiction or horror, you know, it's where you get more, you know, you see the
and that goes to S. Craig Zoller's other movies. I mean, Bone Tomahawk is in a sense like a bit of a creature feature with the troglodytes. And it is it takes a while for it to be an action movie, but like I remember the first time I watched it where the second Patrick Wilson gets the whistle and he starts blowing people away, like I was actually shouting and cheering on that my dad just came downstairs and he's just like, "Yeah, okay. Yeah, why?
What's going on here?"
Well, that was after the split in half thing that
yeah, that's the best part of the. Anytime someone talks about Tomahawk, that's like the first thing that gets mentioned is the fucking.
Well, I mean,
the wishbone scene.
Yeah. Oh God.
So
thanks
good.
Thanks for giving me a nickname for that. But
yeah.
I haven't seen Brawl in Cell Block 99, but I think
that one's also awesome.
I think that's one of the ones. I think that's one of the other ones they put on for free, which is best because from what I've heard about Vince Vaughn,
he's great,
fucking people up, and with the crucifix tattoo on the back of his head.
He could have played like fucking Kingpin or somebody, man. And that's the other thing is like most movies seem to like try to hide how huge he is, his comedies and stuff. He's a huge guy, and when you watch you know, Brawl, he's definitely a big motherfucker. And that's like also like the thing about Dragged Across Concrete is like there'll be like a real shocking violent scene, but it's kind of done and intentionally almost kind of like fake looking, so it doesn't like traumatize you as much.
I heard Stuckman in his review complain about a prosthetic looking completely fake and then backtracking a little bit to say that might be the intention, which
are you talking about Brawl or
with Brawl specifically?
Yeah. Well, so it also reminds me like in Dragged Across Concrete, there's the bank teller scene with her hands, and it looks pretty fake, even though it's still fucking violent as hell and crazy. And there's a similar scene with like someone's head getting like shot out or stomped in. I can't remember, but it definitely is like clearly a dummy head for like half a second, and you see it like, you know, hollow out. And it's like one of those things where like it's fun, you know, even though it's a pretty shocking scene. And it's like one of those things where like you make it look super real. It's like, fuck, dude.
Like the thing with her hands, it's hard to tell because it's not even on screen for like half a second at best. It's quick cutted together just to make it all the more shocking, which is a weird thing. Zoller knows how to take modern filmmaking cliches and actually just bring them back to the old school style of things. And I don't remember if it was the guy's head that got blown in. I do remember when Michael Jai White swallows the key. They have to literally take his what was it, his
great.
intestines or something.
I had talked about it with Wes, I think, where when people get shot, I won't spoil who, but when certain people get shot in the torso, like you can hear like their fucking lungs like whistling, as they're trying to breathe, because their fucking lung isn't like inflating. It makes you can hear like a whistling sound, like like a wheezing, as he's trying to breathe and coughing up blood. Like that's how it is when you get shot in the chest, dude.
I think that's like the very last shootout in the car, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then I know what you're talking about.
And then it also happens with another character vaguely when he's taking deep breaths and you can hear this whistle. And it's like, oh, dude, that's awesome. It's that little detail, just a little sound effect you put in there, and it makes the fucking gunshots seem so much more real. But and
it's the one time. It's the one time like I didn't even notice the whistling in his voice because I was too busy focused on Mel Gibson giving like this stunted reaction because
how many times have you seen it? Once?
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times too, man. I love it.
What I like is that Mel Gibson is so stone-faced, making it clear that he's been on the force for long enough. And then you have Vaughn, who has seen some action overseas, but like when it comes to urban neighborhoods, he knows the difference.
You know what I love about Mel Gibson is he doesn't have those like actor hands. He's got fucking manly, like hard hands that have done work. You know what I mean? You could tell like when he's holding fucking guns and stuff. It's just like he's especially got that rough edge to him that most actors don't have because it's not authentic.
Especially in Bloodfather, where he really has to use them.
Yeah. He's a tough guy, dude. I mean, that's the thing. He's not like some of these pussy Hollywood actors that are just like tough on screen and behind the scenes they're just like Gucci bags and fancy sunglasses and shit and just living the life of luxury.
I'm wondering what he's going to bring to the Continental miniseries, since from what I understand, it seems like he's going to be Winston's mentor of sorts. Oh. It's hard to tell, but
there's been like rumors that there's like all these unfounded rumors that Mel Gibson's working on a film, and some people think it's like a movie about the Rothschilds. Other people think he's making a sequel to The Passion of the Christ. Like there seemed to be like a lot of like speculation and rumors that he is in fact working on one of these movies, when in fact there really isn't any evidence about it. I don't know.
I've heard more statements about the Passion sequel happening. Yeah. Like Caviezel's flat out said it himself. So, but I mean, it's their two words, and as we love to point out, they're not exactly the most trusted words right now.
You like this elderly Spider-Man I made?
I mean, he looks more like Ian McKellen, but other than that,
Peter Parker in his 80s. Yeah.
See, that's Spike Lee. The lower ones, I think it's Gandalf, but like the one on the left especially.
He's got some Gandalf vibes for sure. Well, that's the thing I was saying. We were talking about this background. Yeah, we were talking about this background. It was like I had put in Midjourney, man swallowing whole chickens, and this came up for some reason. I'm like, all right.
Okay, so
I like how this beak is open and closed at the same time. Spooky.
Sort of.
No, there's a double beak. There's like a mouth right here, closed beak right here, and then obviously wide open mouth. Strange. Anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I downloaded Discord on my laptop, like you said, and it seems slightly easier, but every time I try to look somebody or something up, I just get a sorry, no results, and I'm just sitting there going,
oh yeah, no, it sucks. Yeah, no, Midjourney. Yeah, so Discord's fucking weird because there's only like a handful of like open servers, and the only way you can get to these servers, you have to find a link. Someone has to get you the link. So sometimes like YouTubers, when they have a Discord, they'll put a link to their Discord like in their video description, but like that's the only way you can get it. And then on top of that, like those links expire. So you have to keep updating them every few days. It's weird.
What's the fucking point of that?
Yeah. So like when I wanted to get on like the EFAP Discord server, I couldn't just like look up EFAP on Discord. I have to go to EFAP's channel or whatever and look for their Discord information. They'll have it linked somewhere. It's weird. Everything's very privatized. Yeah. So I will recommend that. And also the other thing is like a lot of these I got into Discord to talk with nerds about movies, and most of these servers are like text based, like chat rooms almost, forums. That's kind of what they're like. But it's like I got onto Discord because of like the voice chatting, screen sharing technology. That's kind of why I started doing the Dorkside stuff and the We Watch stuff, just because it's like, oh fuck, I mean, no one's doing what I would want to do on Discord, so let's just do it ourselves,
So like if I were to type into a box that says explore communities, what would I type in to look for Midjourney or for you, for example?
Oh, so Midjourney is open, but what you want to do is you want to Google Midjourney. You don't look up Midjourney on Discord.
See, I tried that on my phone, and for whatever reason.
So what you'll do is when you get to midjourney.com, in fact, here, I'll get on midjourney.com because I was just looking at my stuff, my profile.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now, but.
So yeah, the app, then you'll, it links to your Discord, right? And then you now have a thing. Now, the problem with Midjourney is like, it's so busy now, like you have to pay for it, basically, is what I'm seeing. Or that's what my piano player was telling me. Like every time he tries to do it, it's like, sorry, our servers are overwhelmed for free trials right now. So that's kind of weak. But I mean, I was already paying for it. But yeah, so like when I go to my Midjourney profile, like normally you see it all on Discord. And the cool thing is you can put like the Midjourney bot in your servers, so all you have to do is like type /imagine whatever you want. Like I did these just while I was waiting to start the stream. Giant robot penguin attacking a city. I don't know if this is, why is this taking so long? Am I freezing right now, or is this just taking forever to load? Good Lord. Today, please. Well, I mean, to be fair, it is a pretty big image, but I mean, yeah, that's all I said is giant robot penguin attacking city. And right here. See, I that's the other thing is I can get real descriptive too with like styles and techniques, and it'll make me exactly what I want. Like pretty close, especially like style wise. Like if I had said, black and white silhouette of this, or, ray tracing type game, whatever, 8K, all these words they use, Mega Man vibes. Farrell says, yeah, for sure. Oh my God, this is massive. I didn't mean to do that. Exit out of here. What else do we got? I got, cybernetic Jaguar. Futuristic cybernetic Jaguar. I guess it's because it like reloads from the website. That's probably why it's taking so long. This is awful. This sucks. Oh, this is like 1990s internet. This is like 1990s internet all of a sudden. Anyway, just like anything you think of. What's up? Can you still hear me, Tyler?
Oh yeah. I just sorry.
Okay.
The edibles are starting to make my head swim a little.
Let me tell you something funny. Me and my cousin just watched Hard Target today. Which is that Jean-Claude Van Damme, John Woo movie. And he had eaten like a big what, Hillary Clinton?
Well, that's
I got Donald Trump too. I got Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton as a maid.
That's really not necessary. I've heard enough about Trump already.
Well, here's what's funny is I put Hillary Clinton as a maid cleaning bathroom, and it said, hey, this might go against your terms of services, and I had to like click appeal. But then I did Donald Trump as a maid cleaning a bathroom, no problem. I was like, okay, of course. Oh, this is a good one. Gore making lemonade. Gore on a lemonade stand. These four right here. I guess let's see the dial up. Let's see the dial up internet fuck up right now. Oh my God. You know, it's kind of cool that the internet cuts out when I upload these videos because it gives it like this anticipation element, you know?
I was gonna say, as I get more spaced out,
But
this
yeah, we got
actually makes me more desperate.
Gwar having a lemonade stand. This is what they did. This guy's pretty close to what they look, but not really. This looks more like Star Wars monsters, really.
I don't know. The one
yeah.
on the right has a bit of a Power Rangers-ish look to it.
Kyle, what's up, Kyle? You want the link, man? I didn't send you the link to this. If you want to come in here, Kyle and I watched Mario. So yeah,
The Leguizamo one, I'm assuming.
yeah. What's funny was, yeah, I just put it up. But what's funny is, like I said, me and my cousin were watching Hard Target, and he had ate these weed brownies, and dude, he was like falling asleep. There's like, you know, he's like Jean-Claude Van Damme is like kicking fucking flaming barrels of gasoline at people and blowing them up out of windows, and he's just like, what's going on? Just like, dude, this is hilarious. The good one, he says, the good Mario Brothers.
Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that.
I honestly thought, I joked about how, I mean, I said before I said it, it's a hot take, but yeah, I was like, I think the live action one was a better movie because it tried to, like, you know, take the source material and kind of do something different with it, you know, like trying to interpret it almost and turn it into like something metaphorical. Whereas like the animated one was just like, up the game, it's a movie. It's literally how it is. So this is a good one right here. See how that uploaded? That loaded real quick. That was weird. But this is, I said, what did I say? Giant chili dog volcano. This is a good one.
Who the hell are the guys in the bottom?
This guy's proud of his volcano, you know? This is insane. Could you imagine if this was real food? Fuck.
Yeah, well, it'd have to be on Epic Mealtime for me to genuinely believe that. But yeah, it's nice to see that John Lovitz is enjoying his next product placement. But
oh my god, this is badass. This is like a bunch of wieners, like a plate of hot dogs on one piece of bread with some kind of tomatoey relishy sauce, and then a mountain of chili, sour cream, green onions, and it's like smoking. This is badass.
It's probably the best picture out of there compared to the second one, which is easily the worst. No, like the top right where the onions barely look like they've been peeled off. Or
this
whatever.
Little weird purple chili pepper has like a spot of mold on it. You know, like I wouldn't eat this pepper. When you get little white spots like that on your peppers, throw them out.
Why would AI pick that? Yeah, that's like too detailed for them to screw up.
Well, what's crazy is like the fact that I used to have to specify for it to get like that kind of like detail. Now it just does it automatically.
Those pink skies, like if I stare at those for 10 minutes straight, I'm gonna be in paradise.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can make all kinds of wild shit, like not just
that might be my screensaver for my phone.
Dude, like vintage two-color screen print poster art of classic car, dynamic color, high contrast, black and white, black and spot color, retro design, you know, and it just like fires these out in seconds, you know, like no big deal.
Yeah, you got like Paul Newman's Hudson Hornet from Cars there. Like that's a sweet ride.
Yeah. You have to understand when I would make band posters, dude, it's like, so like you need a blue sky, pink stuff. I used to have to like go on Google Images and like scour for like minutes, like a while looking for the best picture, and it has to be the right size. And it's like, now I can just make it in seconds. Whatever sky I want.
Oh shit, that one on the left is 8K. That explains a lot.
Yeah, I put 8K in a lot of them, you know. I put 8K V5.
Huh? What's the story with the gold lips?
Well, so this guy had done a boat party, Stay Gold boat party. So I visually say it made him something that's trying to some of this like gold boat stuff, but he's like, no, I wanted to do something similar. So I tried to get it to make some gold teeth, gold lipstick, gold teeth. This was where I was having some issues. I mean, sometimes it doesn't, you know, nail it the first try. But eventually I just found eventually I just found some real lips and just made them gold in Photoshop.
Yeah, they kind of look like the Rocky Horror lips.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, some race car stuff, just abstract art, Western art, all kinds of stuff. It's good stuff. And, you know, A lot of this stuff I was like doing for like work related stuff, like backgrounds, like this was just for fun. Just a shark. Make me a shark. Like this is not bad, you know. This one I tried to say a 45-foot shark, and it's like it has a hard time, you know, understanding what that means, you know. Like here this bottom right, bottom left picture. Let's see how fucking long this takes to open. You can see here in this bottom left picture, it's like the shark is like a little guppy, like a little, what is that? That's not 45 feet. And then this face, this little guy's face. Look at him.
Yeah, that's
He's
Bruce's
cute.
shark right there. I don't know about the one on the left.
See, this one looks more like a shark, except he's missing his dorsal fin, or his dorsal fin is like way back.
Geez, he's bigger than the open water sharks.
Now, this one had the most trouble. Shark is supposed to be right here, I guess, but then it just puts a tail like back here behind the boat. I don't know.
Maybe that's the 45 one, like hiding underwater. And the fins of the tail like present that mystery towards it.
He looks happy. Oh, hey, Farrell. Yeah. Give me suggestions like this. I'll make this stuff right now. Well, live action Cars, live action Pixar's Cars. Okay, I'll try to fire that out.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what. How can I word this to where it'll understand? Live. Okay, wait. Screen movie stills. This works. The live action adaptation of Disney Pixar's Cars. And let's say, yeah, all right, let's just put that. Let's try not to get too descriptive. Yeah, it'll be a minute or two. But anyway, yeah, that's good stuff. And yeah, if you think of anybody in the comments, yeah, Kyle, Farrell. Also, Kyle, if you want the link to come in here. Tyler, if you think of anything, let me know. Let's get this shit off the screen for a second. Go back to the chicken. Yeah. So anyway, Hard Target. Good movie. I thought it was hilarious because I was like, dude, cousin, you're going to fucking love this movie, bro. It's great. He was like,
you kind of lost me at Van Damme and John Woo, but that does sound like a good combo.
Have you not seen Hard Target?
No, there's a good chunk of John Woo's that I haven't really gotten to. I mean,
okay, so it was his first American movie, and it was also the first time Hollywood put up a Asian director, a big budget Hollywood movie directed by an Asian guy. So every time like they pat, what was it? I was saying like everywhere, everything all at once, but it's like those weren't even Asian directors. But like, Parasite and stuff like that, all these Asian films getting a lot of love. And people are like, finally, Asian representation in filmmaking. I'm like, John Woo did it 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's seen Face Off should know that by this point.
So,
I am looking forward to John Woo's next movie. He's making a silent action thriller with Joel Kinnaman. And just the fact that John Woo can get away with being that experimental, like it's probably a lower budget studio, like in the same vein of the John Wick guys. 8711, I think, is their studio. But
yeah, dude, he's pretty experimental, man. He loves his slow motion pigeons and doves. But Hard Target.
There better be doves in Silent Night, which is the name of this.
Hell yeah, that's great. Well, Hard Target, it's basically like Kyle said, the most dangerous game. I want to watch a bunch of those movies, like the human hunting movies. There's that one, Surviving the Game.
I've seen the original.
I've seen the original.
I had to watch the original, and
then there were none. The most deadly, dangerous game. But yeah, I want to watch Surviving the Game, which also has Ice-T and Rutger Hauer. And then the Pest. The Hunt is,
the political satire.
Yeah, that was good. The new one
actually understood what political satire was.
Yeah, for sure. The Pest. Yeah, I'm gonna try to riff the Pest, which will be like our first.
Your what?
first comedy. So we'll see how that goes. We might just can it if sorry. I was saying I want to watch The Pest because it'll be like our first time riffing a comedy, which will be interesting. And if it's not funny, we'll just can it and just have fun watching the movie.
Oh dear, that's oh boy.
I like how everyone's saying The Pest is the best human hunting. It's like, yeah, we're planning to do so Hard Target, Surviving the Game, and then The Pest. And I don't know, like I have a feeling we could riff a comedy, especially a stupid one like The Pest.
Dude, I riffed the trailer for No Hard Feelings when I saw The Machine. Like that point where Jennifer Lawrence is on the streets on rollerblades going, "Do you think I wanted this?" And I literally looked at my boss and said, "Well, you're an Oscar winner, so no."
I think that movie might be legit funny, legit good. I also think Bros is going to be good. I want to watch Bros because I was saying on last stream on Thursday, or was it Chris's stream on Friday? I can't remember, but
it was Friday.
Yeah, okay, because you were there. I was talking about how, like, if that movie had just been marketed as like a raunchy dude bro comedy, but with gay guys, if it had been marketed more as like a raunchy, disgusting comedy, like NSFW, like it's gonna be fucking raunchy. Then
the
more people would have been.
The trailer did have a creepy like Sex in the Park type of angle, and if I'm being honest, it made gay people look more like perverts as opposed to...
Well, I mean, yeah, that is the common stereotype slash, what's the word I'm looking for? Just, the stereotype, the cliche that they're, not only is it very few, like, gay marriage is legal, yet hardly any gay couples are getting married. It's such a small percentage of gay marriages, considering how many gay, compared to how many gay relationships and gay people there are out there. A lot of it's like the monkeypox thing and these bug chasers and stuff, and it's a real thing, like orgies and just like debauchery and leather strap-ons and just degeneracy. And it's just like, you can be gay and not be a pervert. You can be straight and be a pervert. Just being,
from what I understand, there are orgy sequences in Bros that apparently just serve no purpose, but I mean, that I don't think that means shit to you at this point.
I mean, the thing is, like, there would be a sense of comedy in getting a mainstream movie to show a man's cock going in another man's ass, like close up, and getting that in a major film. Like, just the joke in that alone, like if you could actually get that done and have and on top of that, have an audience like laugh at it, that would be peak filmmaking. Now, I don't think that happened in Bros. But I'm just saying we're almost going to get there. We're going to get there one of these days where someone's going to push the limits.
Well, I mean, one, Rocket Man already got away with having an R-rated sex scene, and two, oh, okay. Well,
I got ordained just so I could perform gay marriages and haven't had anyone ask me to do yet. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what I was saying, but anyway.
I was going to say, well, just that Bros is a Judd Apatow production, so you're definitely going to see some guy's cock.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to show erections. You can show flaccid penises a lot easier in movies, American movies. But like I was saying, that Jennifer Lawrence, what's it called again? No Hard Feelings. It looks good, and that's also like a Judd Apatow dramedy. These dramedies he makes, they're fun.
Well, it has a little bit of that vibe going for it, but I mean, for starters, Ferris Bueller wearing one of the ugliest looking wigs I've ever seen that doesn't even suit him. I don't understand what makeup artist would look at that and say, yeah, let's
just be bald, bro. You're bald. It's fine.
Yeah. And
I mean, that's the thing is, like, when you're an actor and you always had this like head of hair like Brendan Fraser or Matthew Broderick, like I didn't know he was bald, but the fact that you're telling me he's in a wig in this movie makes me think he's bald, and I don't care. Like,
he's not
an old man.
Sometimes I wonder if he has more hair than his wife, but aside from that,
well, the thing is, it's not about just
like
going,
that. You know what I'm talking about.
It's about going bald in a graceful manner. Like right now, some guys, their hairline recedes in a natural, like mature looking way, that like normally, and then some people, those unfortunate people, like they have the weird, like the Bill Murray and Kingpin, like it's like bald spots and you got to cover it up. Sometimes people's hair thins out in weird spots. Mine's starting to finally start thinning out a little bit in the edges here. Finally, God.
Well, I'm not expecting him to look like Colin Mockery or anything.
Well, it's like that joke with that other Judd Apatow movie. Which one was it? Where it's like famous heartthrob. Who was it? The guy from Parks and Rec, Rob Lowe. He's like coming out as bald on some show. What was that?
I don't think I know. I don't think I know that one.
There was a Judd Apatow movie where it's like, or was it a Seth? No, that was the Seth Rogen, the Interview movie. I'm sorry, that was the Interview. No,
Oh,
the Interview was where
wait.
Eminem said he's gay. Eminem
Yeah, that's
said
right.
he's gay, right? So there's another
Yeah.
one. It's a Judd Apatow movie. I can't. It's fucking all these dumb movies, whatever. But yeah, Rob Lowe, he comes out. He's like, I'm bald, and he comes out on the show and he takes it off, and it's not like, good looking bald. It's like weird, like wispy, like hair growing out of random angles and stuff.
See, you describing that reminds me of a Wheel of Fortune where Pat Sajak asks Vanna to like pull his hair, and she doesn't even she had no idea that his hair was a tube the entire time.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for good reason.
Yeah,
He looks more professional when he has hair.
But it's not, it's not, no, that's not it. It's not that bald men have more testosterone. Bald men, they look older and wiser. The problem is when you go famous with having this head of hair, and like, if like gradually, like he started losing his hair. I mean, I don't know why, but that's definitely an executive. Like, we like the continuity here on Wheel of Fortune. We don't like anything changing. That's why we have Vanna White still being the lady.
Oh, and in case anybody didn't know, Vanna White is the goddess of love.
What does that mean?
So she did this god-awful TV movie where she was Venus, and I think Goddess of Love was the title, but I remember every time I bring up Wheel of Fortune, my dad always mentions, because apparently David Letterman made fun of the movie for weeks on end because of how bad Vanna was.
Let's watch this, dude. What the fuck?
My dad, well, I can't find any clips of it personally, but like my dad was the biggest fan of he watched it like every night in college. So like he knows all the Late Show references.
Damn, I can't even. Vanna White, Goddess of Love. Let's see. Oh yeah, Goddess of Love, 1988. Well, she looks beautiful. Jeez.
Well, she was a model.
Well, the thing is, like, it's just like I'm realizing, like, as I'm looking at this like picture of her, it's like I never really see her up close. I'm always seeing her like back here, like, she's always this big on the TV screen, like, so it's like seeing her up close. It's like, yeah, lovely lady. But
you also, well, as lovely as it is, you also know that she can barely read a script.
So it's got a 3.2 on IMDb and a 12% on Rotten Tomatoes. But 70% of Google users like this movie, whatever the fuck that means.
Probably for the reasons they like The Room.
So at a bachelor party, the bridegroom puts a ring on the finger of a statue of Venus who comes to life. What's a bridegroom?
I think they're just lumping the two of them together.
At a bachelor party, the groom puts a ring on the finger of a statue of Venus and it comes to life. So it's like Mannequin. But it came out after Mannequin.
It reminds. I know there was some other movie where some guy was practicing a ring by giving it to. Yeah, that sounds like Corpse Bride, man. Like he puts the ring on the corpse, it comes to life. I think it's the same thing.
Nice. Yeah.
I had to guess because that's as derivative as romance fantasies get.
Well, now at this point, I'm starting to get worried about Blue because he did tell me he was going to be in like 5 minutes late and he's not here. And I'm like, oh boy.
I don't have my messenger open, so your guess is as good.
No, I do. I don't have any of that. I don't know where he is. He's hopefully he's just eating a sandwich. I told him to chill, but at the same time, he's always on time. But he's also like,
Well, the month I've had at work, I wouldn't be surprised if something as stupid as Uber would get to him.
Uber. Well, the thing is, like, he's doing well, saying he's doing well doing the Uber in, but it's because he lives in fucking New York. You try to do Uber out in like a standard, city or town, like a giant metropolitan area like New York.
Yeah, but we've got a few here myself. Twice I've gotten an Uber from one of my fucking neighbors.
Oh, who should be driving your Uber? Like, what fictional character would you like driving your Uber? Jason Voorhees as an Uber driver. Let's do that.
Nah, I wouldn't pick that.
Well, I'm picking that unless you could come up with something better. Who else? Who?
I'm working on it, man. Like, don't push me on this. But
oh wait,
tell
I
you
forgot
what.
to pull up whatever. Yeah, live action. Oh my god, this is stupid. It just looks like Cars. This is terrible. Bad.
They don't even have the faces, do they?
No, they literally just look just like the animation Cars. That's all it looks like. It literally just looks like screenshots from the movie Cars. I mean, I don't even want to show it to you. Have you seen Cars? That's what the Midjourney art just pulled up for live action Cars. I'll show it to you in a second.
Oh yeah, of course I did. I mean, I can't remember if I saw.
I never saw
one.
Cars. I never saw it. I just right after that, right when that movie came out, I was like, well, the winning streak of Pixar is officially over. Like that's I just remember thinking that. I just remember like, okay, well, that was a good run. It's like 6 solid movies, I think. You know.
I don't know. I liked it. The concept is pretty fucking lazy. I mean, the whole world just being made of cars doesn't really give you that many opportunities. But if you're into the cliched sports story of like the douchebag learning to be like a hero in this small town, if you enjoy stuff like that, even moderately, it'll give you what you want. Owen Wilson's decent.
Oh
Larry the Cable Guy for once is funny in a movie.
Yeah, I know that you Kyle, like people are upset. Like you gotta see Cars, but it's like it is weird. That's why the more you think about it, the worse it gets as far as creepiness. Yeah, I understand.
Oh, that's nothing. Planes answers it that exact statement there.
But that's like I can non-review Cars, like all the same logistical errors. Like where the fuck does gas come from? Fuel. What is fuel? Do they still have dinosaurs?
Yeah, that they never answer.
Cab driver. Oh, the Jin from Wishmaster. Oh, I don't think it's gonna. I'll just say if it says Jin, like that'll be fun.
You know what? I got the perfect Uber driver.
Go for it.
Elwood Blues.
Elwood Blues. Who's that?
Dan Aykroyd from the Blues Brothers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Because I mean, he's the one driving the entire movie, and for the second one, even though literally, I think there's one good car chase in the second one.
So is Jin spelled with 2 N's? Yeah, Jin Uber.
That's driver. That's how you spell it.
Oh, I don't. Wishmaster. Maybe I'll put Wishmaster in there. Maybe it'll pull it up on. And then you said Blues Brothers. Elwyn Blue. Well, if I just say, let's see here.
No, maybe I'll just say Jake and Elwood because there'll be a nice conversation going on in the background.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. We'll be kind of vague here and see what it does. I mean, it definitely knows how.
Hold on. What are you typing?
Well, I just put Blues Brothers Uber driver. We'll see what it does for that. And if it wants me, and if I get more specific, we'll see if it does anything. I like how someone just after me put in Jeff Bezos. That was their. Really?
I don't see that.
No. I mean, you can't see it on. I'll show you on. I'll just pull up the Discord. Fuck it. Just share it like this. So already you can see that this is looking pretty good. But yeah, someone just put this in after me, Jeff Bezos, and that's it. That's all their description was. All right, so here we go. This is probably a better way to watch this stuff. Just Jin, this is not Jin Wishmaster Uber driver. I don't know. This is not technically the Wishmaster, but still, that's pretty cool. Good stuff.
That does have a nice little orc.
Here's blue. Oh, this is dope. Even though that's close, but still. I mean, it's just a guy in a car. I mean, really. This hat though. What the fuck?
Yeah, top right and bottom left, I would say, are the perfect ones. Like the first one in the top left just looks too much like his present self, and his present self is less palatable than that picture. And yeah, I would have said bottom right would have been good had you not pointed out that stupid top hat.
Yeah. Who is Carl Brutan Ledusky?
I'd look it up, but chances are dude's gonna beat me to that.
Yeah.
So I'll just let Kyle answer.
Yeah, Kyle can answer it. What was the other one I put in? Oh yeah, Jeff Bezos. That wasn't you. Oh yeah, Jason Voorhees is an Uber driver. This is pretty good. Come on, baby. We'll try that again. Well, whatever. You can see it from here. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's pull this back over there. Yeah, any other suggestions on anything? I can probably whip stuff up.
No, for sure.
Oh, Carl's from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. There you go.
Oh, that would explain
Hell
it.
yeah, of course. Yeah, Carl. That's his last name.
As much as I enjoy as much as I enjoy when food's in movies, I don't really see that many like food-based stuff myself.
Yeah, that weird Seth Rogen one, Sausage Party.
That was funny, but I'll admit I only saw like the one time in theaters and haven't revisited it. But
I thought it was funny, but definitely like in the food orgy, I was like
that was
weirded
something.
out. I was weirded out. I was like, "What is this, dude? Come on!"
But
you took the fun idea and ruined it.
I don't know, but it does make you realize how little CG movies really are for adults, unless you counted like the Final Fantasy with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, I was hoping that would kind of start one of those trends. I mean, yeah, and definitely all those Stage 6 CGA movies are fun.
Or like the Robert Zemeckis Beowulf.
Nice. Well, I am hoping to get a hold of Blue Collar Loser. Where is that guy? Hope he's all right.
Was Russ supposed to show up, or was he too tired?
No. Russ is. I think me and Russ are gonna do some we watching on Wednesday. I try to watch some Dolph Lundgren movies with that dude. And yeah, I mean,
of course.
Yeah, I mean, he's suggested him. I was like, all right, sure, let's rock. What else? Bagels? Anything we could do with bagels? A bagel man, a man made of bagels. No, something better. Let's see here.
Like the everything bagel.
Yeah, bagel shaped.
In fact, I can't believe I'm saying this, but seeing Babish's recreation and how many times he ripped off the multiverse element, I'm just sitting there going, how is this weirder than certain parts of the movie itself?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I am going to make, like, probably tomorrow or maybe tonight. I got to caramelize some onions, so that takes a while, but I wanted to make these bagel dogs, which is like a hot dog.
Yeah, like caramelized onions are going to take you like an hour or so.
Yeah. But I like making. I was going to make them, but yeah, bagel dog, bagel bun. All right, and then cream cheese on the bun, hot dog, grilled onions, some grilled tomatoes. That's my thing. But some chives and bacon. Yum. I'm also going to try to make a pastrami dog. My girlfriend doesn't like hot dogs, and she doesn't like seafood. So like now that she's like out of town for a month and I'm like house sitting and dog sitting, I'm like, I'm gonna make a hot dog with shrimp on it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be good. We'll get crazy.
I would have just done like a cheese dog or a chili dog or something like that.
No, I want to make those too. I want to make these. I like these Sonora dogs, those Mexican style hot dogs with like pico de gallo and queso and street corn.
See, queso I like. I wouldn't have thought of pico.
Yeah, pico de gallo, street corn, hot sauce, avocado, and this is the surprising thing, cilantro, but also some mustard, like just regular yellow mustard. I think that really makes it like extra, like, I don't know, Mexican.
I mean, I'm not a mustard guy personally, but
yeah, Megan does another thing. She doesn't like mustard either. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going crazy. I'm being a bad boy. No, I'm just joking.
It's just the sour note of it. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like mayo until one day at my dad's cafe. We was barbecuing burgers and hot dogs, and he had bought some jalapeno aioli that was just the shit.
Mayonnaise is good. So the thing about mayonnaise is, like, oil helps flavor travel on your tongue easier, makes flavor taste more. That's why cooking stuff in oil, tastes way better when you don't cook it in oil. And, mayonnaise is basically like one of those, like, emulsified oil and eggs. And it's like a great flavor binder on your tongue. And like when I have a hamburger, like a cheeseburger, I like the old fashioned American style cheeseburger with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup. I want just a small amount of all three. Mustard goes on the bun. I'm sorry, mayonnaise goes on the bun, mustard on the beef, and then ketchup goes on top of the cheese, and then all the veggies go on top of the ketchup. And it's like obviously not too much of these sauces. I don't want a too saucy burger, but yeah, the holy trinity of all three of them together, like it's great. I mean, I just don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. And yeah, mayonnaise is one of those things. I used to know a girl when I was in elementary school. She used to eat hot dogs, only mayonnaise on them, just mayonnaise and a hot dog. And I was like, that's fucking weird. And then I ate them and I was like, not bad. It's not bad. I'm not going to lie. It's not bad.
Yeah, but like you would at least want mayo and ketchup on it at the very least.
We're giving you the smunchies. Yeah, sauerkraut. I want to make a pastrami dog with pastrami and Swiss cheese and sauerkraut.
Lucky you, Farrell. I can't get hungry on the shit that I'm taking, but with what I'm going through right now, I don't really.
You can get the munchies and not be like stoned. You know what I mean? Like.
I don't know. Usually just staring at my own reflection like I am right now. Like that was the first time I really knew that it was going to work on me.
You're like super high, just like zoning out on your own reflection. Dude, on my, see right now I lowered the laptop a little. So, but my hair was like in frame fully. Like it's doing something weird right now, actually. But like, because I couldn't see it, because I could see like I had a weird cowlick right. I think it was right here. Yeah. An awful cowlick, and I remember I was like on Chris's stream, and I was just like fiddling with my fucking hair the whole stream.
I thought you might have been wearing a hat by the time that I popped.
Oh wait, so that was Thursday's stream, and Friday I was wearing the hat. Yeah, because I was tired of fucking with my hair. I don't know. I get hat hair like crazy, and my hair's doing this
Thursday. Thursday, I would have loved to join you guys, but it was not in a good place.
Farrell's got his piece packed. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to just like talk about it, but like, yeah, I definitely like, every like, I don't know, few minutes, do one of those, just harmless, harmless herbal nonsense. Nothing.
Oh, it's far better than harmless. Just gives me the peace and happiness I so desperately miss the rest of the day.
Well, that's the other thing is like, I think that's like in your head. Cause like, my chick was like going to Switzerland for a month. She's all worried she couldn't smoke weed, and she's doing it. No problem. She's like, actually, it's not that bad. It's like, yeah,
it depends with every person. My sister can't deal with the stress that comes onto it, which is ironic. Her fiance engineers something that helps pot plants grow.
Yeah. I get, Farrell. I get all my cheesesteaks with fried onions and mayo. Hell yeah. That's
funny. I just watched Bobby Flay get beaten on a vegan cheesesteak.
I always love it when he fucking loses.
Oh yeah, seeing him lose a vegan cheesesteak with Nikki Glazer as the guest host.
He tried to what was it? He tried to go to was it Kent Rollins. Kent Rollins, the cowboy cook. He showed up to his fucking turf and tried to out chicken fried steak this guy, and he got his ass beat, bro. It was bad.
It's rare, but it does happen.
Yeah, but it's like Kent Rollins, man. Like, nah, have some respect.
I like this last comment that Joe left.
We used to watch Monty Python during circle time. Oh my god,
that's a good idea. I really need to watch Holy Grail at some point and just feel better about myself. Because I mean, I remember the first time I saw it, my high school was putting it on in the music room for raising money for charity with all the tickets, and my friends roped me into it because they were more versed in Monty Python than I was, and I'm the kind of guy that doesn't think the Dead Parrot sketch is all that funny, but like 30 seconds into Holy Grail, I'm already out of breath. I'm already leaning down at the floor trying to gain myself. Yeah, it's easily my favorite out of the Monty Python movies.
Mine is easily The Meaning of Life. I fucking love
The
Meaning of Life.
I've only seen the Every Sperm is Sacred
Oh,
musical number,
no.
which
Watch it, dude. It's the best one. It's the most profound one. It was their last one. It was like their big send-off movie. And it just
I don't
talks
know
about
about I don't know
it
about
just talks
Mr.
about all it actually has like a great ending, unlike the, everyone hates the ending of Holy Grail. It's such a cop-out, even though it's funny. Don't get me wrong, it is hilarious. But the
But
meaning of
everything
life,
else,
the meaning of life literally explains the meaning of life to you. There's like they literally say it. It's so funny, dude.
I never thought that Mr. Creosote would be profound, but okay, I'll just have
Yeah,
to take
no,
your word
it
for
is. Yeah, Mr. Creosote is that was a good metaphor about gluttony and what was that, the autumn years or whatever I think that chapter is. It's
I'm not sure.
It's one of those great movies that, yes, it's funny, but you can also talk about it like what are they trying to say there? What does Mr. Creosote like represent? What does the waiter represent? There's like stuff you can extrapolate from those movies. They're so good. And
True,
Monty
and
Python Meaning of Life too, even though they're silly.
yeah, and like there's a
But
Denis Villeneuve short film that kind of is Mr. Creosote in a sense. All these rich people who are just eating themselves to death, and the more they eat,
Yeah.
they keep falling through floors. And the name of the short is called Next Level. So there's a lot of analytical stuff. Is like as they keep eating, getting fatter, and the floors keep literally cracking, and they fall down next levels. Like, are they in the 6th or 7th level of hell? For how gluttonous, well, because I mean, gluttony is one of these sins, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the best. There's so many good scenes in because I mean, don't get me wrong, like Monty Python's Holy Grail has also got some great, stuff they're trying to say outside of the jokes, but the stuff that they're making fun of in Holy Grail is more about like history and movie making. That's a big thing they're making fun of in the Holy Grail, whereas like the meaning of life like tackles such big subjects in such a great way. And there's such a hilarious scene where like the Grim Reaper shows up and it's like some dinner party in the cottage out in the middle of the fucking British countryside, and there's like a handful of cars outside this little country cottage, and they're having like some kind of little wine and dinner get together with a bunch of elderly couples, older middle-aged couples, and the fucking guy answers the door and it's the Grim Reaper, and the fucking the sickle and everything, the robe, and he's like, I am death. And he's like, yes, Mr. Death? He's like, I am the Grim Reaper. And it's like the wife is like, honey, there's a Mr. Death here about some sort of reaping. It's like, what's going on now? He comes up with his wine and he's like, oh, come on in. We can have some. And like, they're just being like fucking dumb, vapid idiots talking about nonsense. But eventually, like, he shuts them all up. He's like, you are all dead. You don't understand. I am death. I'm the Grim Reaper. You've all died. I'm here to collect your soul. And one of the guys like, okay, well, if we were all dead, how did we all die at once? And the Grim Reaper, he fucking doesn't move. He just sticks his hand up in the air like this. And then he fucking leans over. And then he fucking cuts right up into the camera and he points down. And he's like, the salmon pate. And then the husband looks at the wife. He's like, honey, you didn't use canned salmon, did you? And she's like, oh my goodness, I'm so dreadfully embarrassed. Like, you've got to watch The Meaning of Life. It's so fucking good, dude. Okay. Yeah, one Thin Mint. That's back to Mr. Creosote, but that's like 1 out of 25 scenes. You know what I mean? There's like 25, there's like 20 skits in that movie. I can't even count. But yeah, Every Sperm is Sacred is off the wall. I like Life of Brian,
I watched that
too.
in high school health class of all places.
Yeah.
Along with the sketch where the sex education teacher is like making love with his wife, and when
that's a great scene. Fuck yes.
And for those who haven't seen it, when one of the kids starts laughing, it cuts to him getting his punishment of playing rugby against the teachers. It was wonderful.
Good. So you saw a lot more of it than I thought, because that's the best part is you have to play the Masters this evening as punishment. My favorite is like he's like the camera's like right up in John Cleese's face as he's like thrusting on his wife, and he like stops and he's like, what is it, Nichols? What is it over there? And he's like playing with something. He's like, it's a little. I can't remember what the toy was. It's like it's an ocarina, sir. That's what he says. It's an ocarina, sir. He's like, well, get it here. Give it here now. He's like in his wife, you know, and he like you see the kid like get up and like walk up all the way up to the camera, and he's like up in their face, like holding the ocarina. He's like, put it down on the table, man. Put it down. I don't need it right now. He's like trying to have sex with his wife. It's so weird, dude.
I'm not kidding when I say this. Like, of all the things in health class that I watched, we even got stuck with a Woody Allen movie. He did this one called...
Which one?
It was one of his earlier ones. Something
Bananas?
called Everything...
Oh.
It was after that. Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex, but Were Too Afraid to Ask. And they showed us, like, the people in white hazmat suits who are, like, sperm cells, and Woody just happens to be the only one that's afraid of what can happen when he just goes... What if it's a homosexual experience? What if he's masturbating? I'm just going to get stuck on the wall.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's Jewish.
You had a cool health teacher. Who is he? Like the fucking the guy's basketball coach, like just like teaching health on the side or something?
Well, I mean, our gym teachers were always our health teachers at the same time. So there's that about it.
But that's cool how he was just like, well, I'm not going to teach you about this. Instead, I'm just going to play some fucking weird skit from a Monty Python movie for you.
Well, he did teach the class, and I guess the movie was
just to kind of ease the tensions because we're going to talk about boners and stuff. I get it.
Well, there was that about it. I mean, we were supposed one health class we were supposed to watch like an educational movie about steroids, and it was literally called Benny and the Roids. Yeah, that should tell you how
Benny and the Roids.
That should tell you how high quality the acting is, because, Lord, it's an educational film.
So I remember, do you remember HBO had this show called Life Stories, Families in Crisis? Do you remember this shit? This is before your time. This is before your time. This is like 1992.
Okay,
they had 4 seasons. So it was like 1992 to 1996. All right. And what they would do is it was true stories of critical events in the lives of children and teens, and they were reenactments, okay? And there was like one episode about a girl who was dealing with bulimia, and it's all reenactments, you know? And then, you know, at the end, of course, like the bulimia episode, I remember like the mom is like looking through her closet, and she's like finds like jars of vomit, you know, stashed next to behind her shoes and shit, and she has to confront her. And then there was another.
Wow, I didn't know after school specials were that fucked up.
Well, this is HBO, baby. You know what I mean? This is HBO. Yeah. There was another one about a gangbanger who got shot in the chest or in the spine, and he was paralyzed, like became a fucking total spinal after that. And what's crazy is like afterwards, they would have the actual victim show up, and I remember that dude still to this day like burned in my mind. Like he's in the little chair with his feeding tube, his breathing tube, and he's just like, yeah, man, I mean, gang violence, dude, it ain't worth it, dog. Like, you know, I just remember that so vividly. And then the reason why I bring it up is because there was one with Ben Affleck, okay, and his, you know, it's Ben Affleck, so you're saying Benny and the Roids, and it was the episode about steroids.
Oh,
and
shit.
It's called The Aaron Henry Story. Let's see if I can fucking find this shit, dude. Jesus, I bet you I can. The Body to Die For. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what that's about.
This is what I'm telling you.
Oh.
Let's see how
I just wondered whether how that makes you guys feel.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah, it turned into EDM very quickly.
This is like a video. Let me look it up on Life Stories. Families in Crisis. And then it's Aaron Henry. Oh, I just look up Ben Affleck. That's easier. He's the famous one. Also, yeah, what about him returning as Batman and fucking... I don't know about this Flash movie. That's coming out real soon, right?
That's implying that I'm going to go see it because I really can't imagine that happening.
Dude. I don't know. How is this... Let's see how this stream... I mean, I know StreamYard kind of fucks me sometimes on the screen sharing, but...
Oh right. I wasn't born when HBO tried to be family friendly, but
Well, no, they did have some family friendly stuff around like 3 or 4 p.m., 5 p.m. And oh yeah, the Pee Wee Herman drug PSA. Yeah, don't smoke crack. You know?
that God, that was dumb.
Yeah, like Farrell said, these HBO live stories, they didn't coddle or protect us back in the day. It's some dark specials. I remember one where it was like it's called like 6 handguns or something like that. And it was about 6 handguns and how they all unintentionally took the lives of someone. And one of the stories was like these kids took dad's gun, shot it across the lake a few times, took the magazine out of it. They don't know that you have to unchamber it. And yeah, shot the little brother in the chest in the fucking bedroom later. It's like, dude, stupid stuff. And yeah, like totally unflinching the way they show it to you. So I don't know. Maybe the stream will get cut down. I don't know.
These are like what you're describing are some 2020 shit right there.
Yeah. Well, guns have always. Oh my God, is that Ernie Hudson?
It kind of looks like, yeah, that kind of looks like
He's
him.
come back. I'll give you nothing but iron up the middle.
Look, Aaron, if you play well,
not right now, maybe
you got a chance of getting recruited.
But yeah, it's like Ben Affleck being all roided out and having all the fucking problems of being all roided out, and it ends with like him just kind of fucking blowing up.
Please don't be like this. Jeannie, if you tell anybody about this, I'm gonna be very upset.
If you tell anybody about the roids.
Please don't act like Jeannie, no! Okay, if you tell somebody, I will kill you. If you tell somebody, I'm gonna tell Jeannie, no! Damn it!
This is for kids, you know. This is the kind of shit I was watching when I was a kid, you know. But then what's cool is they actually have, like I said, they have the guy show up.
I'm a perfectionist, and it was a part of my character to want to be the best.
He does the little like, almost like the I'm on probation, like community service type speech.
I was a time bomb waiting to go off.
He sold drugs to buy his steroids, and he was also doing all kinds of shit. I was a time bomb waiting to go off. Good stuff or bad stuff, depending on what you mean. But yeah, definitely, I want to revisit that show. Actually,
my country's opposition leader might want to start making specials like these, then people would probably listen to him for once.
Oh, what do you mean? Your country's who are you talking about?
Like the conservative opposition leader, the guy I literally got a conservative membership just to vote him in and get Trudeau's ass out, which...
No, that's the thing. Is like, if I was Canadian, I would be like, dude, anyone over that guy. And that's why it's going to be even more weird when he like wins again. Because it's like, I don't know anybody that likes him. I don't know anyone that likes him. How is he winning over all these times,
Well, because apparently, according to us, the lesser of evils is good, but... Polyev is not evil, and it takes like 5 minutes of listening to one of his speeches to fucking figure that out. Yeah, it's the same thing with
Trump. Like, you just hear like Nazi, racist, blah, blah, blah on everything. And then when you finally like click play, you're like, wait a minute. This guy's making an awful lot of sense here. Wait, what the hell?
I mean, I don't think he's a racist guy. I just think he's one of the fucking dumbest politicians in existence. But
well, I'm just saying all those evil, like all those fucking monstrous vampires that run Washington, they all hate him. So that right there, just kind of like, I like him.
Hey, I would only take him over Biden just because I know for a fact when he's being honest about his stupidity, he just doesn't realize it.
I couldn't imagine someone who is still like in the paint for Biden and like, oh, I'm so glad Trump's getting arrested, or finally he's getting arrested. It's like, dude, are you that dumb? First of all, let's look at the past 3 years, how great the country's been. Like, who did worse? Who did worse? I can tell you right now, you're in denial. And then on top of that, I was
gonna say, aren't you in a red state, so you would know from experience?
Yeah, totally. But at the same time, it's like you don't need to be. You could look at the country, like just everyone's wallets over the last 3 years, and just see how bad it is. I mean, definitely like the time that Trump was in charge, we were told that everything was awful, when in fact it wasn't. And now we're being told everything's great, and it isn't. Shut up, stop lying to us. But as far as like, these other, like I said, these monstrous vampires who just suck at everything. Like, if you're still supporting these people and think Trump is the bad man, you know, I can't help you at this point, you know? Like, it's been 3 years and you're still thinking this old bastard's not fucking up. Don't believe your lying eyes.
I take DeSantis over Trump because DeSantis is just Trump with a bigger brain.
Yeah, but I mean, give DeSantis his shot later. You know, he's got plenty of time. Trump needs to finish what he started. I'm sorry. I'm that guy. I'm that dude where it's just like, nah, anybody, yeah, we got to be all in the paint. You know what I mean? It's like George Washington again, where we all just need to be like, no, that guy, he's the one that we want to lead. Sorry. Don't care. It's not about like what, you know, who we like or whatever, who we think is better. It's just like, nah, dude, this guy is like got the plan. He's got the balls. And yeah, DeSantis too. He's great too. But it's like anybody right now trying to say DeSantis is the guy is trying to split up stuff. The main thing is don't get Trump in no matter what. And like this like indictment thing, this is so funny because it's like they're saying it's not a political witch hunt. It's not persecuting your political opponents. But at the same time, they'll say, hey, if you take a plea deal, like hopefully we'll arrest him and make him take a plea deal in which he doesn't have to run. And that's all it'll be. And it's like, well, you're demonstrating that is your number one fear, is that he gets to be president again. That is their biggest fear in the fucking world. Why? Why are they so terrified of it? I want to vote for him and I want him to win just so we can see why they're so fucking scared of him becoming president again. You know what I mean?
I'd like to think that there are better ways of proving that point, but as I've made clear multiple times, I'm not really in that place.
No, I know. It's hard to not talk about the stupid politics. I mean, we're coming up to an election year, so it's like it's starting to gear up.
Well, you guys are. We're just,
and yeah.
We're just fucking waiting to see if it'll actually happen by the end of Christmas.
Yeah, didn't fucking your Trudeau like move up the last election just because he felt like it? Like,
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, he's still in a minority government, thankfully, which I don't think any prime ministers in my lifetime have ever had a majority. Harper sure as hell didn't. You don't know half the names I'm even saying, do you?
No, I don't. But I still haven't heard.
Figures.
I'm very concerned about Blue Collar. Has anyone heard from Blue Collar? He said he would be here, and I know he likes to speed and drive like a crazy man. Just hope he's all right. Oh no, wait. He saw this this post, so he's alive. You coming in here? Oh, he's alive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see his
bubble.
Yeah. Oh, and I hear the. Oh, that's your ding. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks, we're that bored right now, everybody, and by everybody I mean Farrell and
no, this is a wellness check. All right, this is.
I was gonna say right. I don't have anybody to go to Jersey to. Yeah, we started like didn't.
Dude's alive. Yeah. Sorry.
How does Russ?
He's on Vegas.
How does Russ?
He's in Vegas time, I think. He's on Vegas time right now, which is an hour late.
Oh, okay. Well, to answer Russ's question, I've got like 10, 15 minutes before I'm really out of my mind.
Oh, wait. Chris says, I got to text Enzo. I swear I like woke up in a field somewhere and I don't know how the fuck I got here. Lol. What?
Okay.
Cool. He's just, okay. Okay. Sweet. I think Russ might pop in. We in here. Chris, come on and talk. What's going? Yeah.
I didn't. Chris, I had nothing else to say to that.
Well, dang. That's not all right. If he's okay. What? Maybe he found out he has like narcolepsy or something.
Jeez.
You know, Ron Jeremy has narcolepsy, and he used to like have sex with women on camera and then fall asleep and keep like doing this like motion, like unconscious, and then he would like snap back out of it and keep going. He was famously called the Hedgehog. Let's see if Chris maybe Chris will pop in here on his phone and be like, "Yo, I woke up in a field somewhere. Is his car all crashed or something?" That's a kind of weird thing to say. Did he wake up like naked in a field? How does he have his phone?
Why would he wake up naked in a field? Oh, whatever.
I don't know. I'm just always thinking of like movie scenarios. Sleep screwing instead of walking. Yeah, instead of sleepwalking. Well, I know a big problem was like sleep eating. Because like when people like take Ambien and stuff and weird stuff and they go sleepwalking and they eat, they have no like their stomach won't tell them to stop eating. So like there's like stories about people will take Ambien and like empty their fridge, like eat like everything. Like eat an ungodly amount of food, like the kind of amount of food that you'd wake up like sick. Like, what's wrong?
Guess I need to start ambling at some point. I'm kidding. Don't do drugs, kids.
Till we get bored. When is Russ like? Till we get bored. Come on, Russ. We just dicking around. And also hoping Chris is okay.
Well, no, he was gonna say something.
Oh, don't have my okay. No sweat. Mike or Kyle. All right, I'm just messaging all these people. You know, this is what happens when I kind of start a stream like last minute, going live in an hour. You know, no guests involved. I also didn't even have a topic ready. So on that note,
none of us did.
Let's make something else. Yeah, it's a slow news week.
I'm too busy staring at like the beak and a half because like you were so right about the line work on the.
Yeah. There's all kinds of weird artifacts you see in the Midjourney stuff. Something else I wanted to look up. Oh yeah, let's look up Dark Hour's video. How's it doing?
Oh, there were like 20 people when I would have watched his thing, but my dad and I were sitting down watching Flay, and it had been a few weeks.
Doing good. Ugh. 50 views in like an hour, not bad. Let's see here. Ambien screws up people. Yeah. Well, it's not Ambien. It's like Ambien and then not sleeping.
And judging by what Chris said, it sounds like if it was Ambien, he would be screwed.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, I haven't seen. What is he saying?
Yeah, said that the GPS saved his ass somehow.
Jeez. Well, get home. Get home safe.
Like, stop the car and take a nap. They literally tell you that when you're studying for your G1.
Damn, dude. Well, I mean, like I said, sometimes okay. Well, damn.
Maybe we should tell.
Thought it was like a matter of time, you know. Chris,
I was gonna say maybe we should tell him to get an Uber.
Chris having some debacle on one of these, you know, trying to haul ass to get on one of my dumb streams. I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea, man. If you can't make it, you can't. It's fine. Don't ever overdo it for these, especially like one of these random ones. Now, like I said, next week I want to try to talk about Yellow Jackets, but it's fucked up because I found out there's 2 seasons and not 1. So that means I got to watch like at least 2 episodes a day every day. Right. And then on top of that, what else is fucked up is, just getting weird. Like I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm only 3 episodes in. What about you?
I've only seen like little bits of it. Usually when I walk past my mom when she's watching the TV, it's either some Bridgerton shit or something brand new like this. Although she is giving Silo a chance, which is different for her. But Yeah, like the most I saw were clips of Melanie Linsky because I'd seen her from some other stuff, one of them being Last of Us, ironically. But no, I mostly know her for being Charlie Sheen's Two and a Half Men stalker and for this one like cartoon miniseries that a friend of mine once showed to me.
Nice. What was it called?
It was called Over the Garden Wall.
Oh, never heard of that.
Neat little dark fantasy that's like half adventure time, half yeah.
I'm just getting tired of the Cal art style, and I remember talking about this recently because someone had made a
Well,
Grateful.
just look for a picture of it, and like the second you look at it, you can decide whether you like it or not. But the animation, in my opinion, was super top notch.
Okay, good.
Had more of a stained glass window or a wood carving kind of
Nice,
look
nice.
to
I
it.
like
with
that kind of
how
experimental stuff. But the
they
problem is with
just
the experimental stuff, it's like, other people start doing it too. Like this Spider-Verse, this like choppy, like slow frame rate stuff. Like I'm seeing, and lots of textures. Like I'm seeing more anime, like Puss in Boots kind of did the same thing. And I'm starting to see it everywhere. And now like in amazing across the universe, Spider-Verse, it looks kind of more, I don't know. It's like how Wes Anderson is kind of like, overdoing his style to the point where it's like almost like parody.
I don't know. Like my French Dispatch quickly became my new favorite of his. Oddly enough,
I want to watch it.
and
It's
like
still on the list. I love how the new one he's got looks. It looks crazy. The look of it.
yeah, Asteroid City. I'm so looking forward to that. I already did like the title card segues that I usually put in, like the cast, the crew, because that poster has like a guy with a jetpack on a leash, and I'm just sitting there going, "What if the jetpack revealed the letters like they would in the movie trailer?" And I finally figured out how to do that.
Damn.
Little took like an hour, and it took an hour or two, but it was worth it.
Well, yeah, just like how like in this Asteroid City, like the sky, it's like almost like green, and everything like the
The
colors are
orange Arizona
yeah,
desert.
the colors are tweaked just enough to where it looks awesome. Oh boy, who's this? Oh, it's Kyle. What up, dude?
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Cool.
How you doing, man?
Good, good.
Did you watch the Mario riff yet?
No, I
It's pretty
started a
funny.
bit of it, but I haven't watched it all the way through yet.
It's pretty good, man. It's pretty solid. And then on top of that, something else happened Mario related. I can't remember. I'm gonna try to watch The Pest soon, which is John Leguizamo. What have you been up to, man?
Me, not much of anything, really. It's kind of like looking for a new job at the moment, so it's been taking up a lot of my time.
Oh, sweet. Well, not sweet, but I mean, it's cool that you can come in here, That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like house sitting. So like I'm trying to get like for this next like week or two, just trying to like fire out some videos, I'm trying to edit all the past recordings I did already. And I also want to just get a few in the bag. Like, not just watch every Tuesday. Oh, blue collar in here. He's not in the chat. He's in the chat.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking about you this entire time, man.
Blue collar. I get home safe, and then come on in here when you can. But yeah, playing around with this Midjourney. You got any good ideas, Kyle? Here, anything you want to see?
So this is just like an AI art generator, I'm guessing, right? I wasn't sure what it was when I first jumped onto the live.
No, yeah, we're just talking about whatever, man.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what this Midjourney thing is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played around with any of this kind of stuff yet. I played around with ChatGPT a little bit, but I haven't done any of the art stuff.
Cool. Well, you wanna try to fire one out real quick?
Sure.
Just give me something. Give me a prompt, man.
All right, let's see.
/imagine.
So you did Uber driver, like random people do an Uber driver already. See somebody working at Dunkin' Donuts. That might be kind of funny.
Just someone working at Dunkin' Donuts.
Dude, Bill Burr at Dunkin' Donuts. I can only imagine what that must look like.
You said who working at Dunkin' Donuts? Sorry.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
good
okay.
one.
All right.
Like, I heard him talking about how on Hot Ones where somebody asked him what he thought about Dunkin' Donuts changing the name to Dunkin', and he just goes, that is the most incredibly fucking stupid thing ever. Like, how bored were they?
Yeah. I mean, it saves on letters and you're branching out outside of donuts. I mean, honestly, Dunkin' Donuts is more famous for their coffee now. But what's crazy, I got to say something, man. Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, he's freaking out, but then he's okay. Chris, he's worrying.
Yeah,
me, man.
you're really worrying us, man.
Did he pass
okay,
out?
You're worrying me. I can't speak for Enzo here, but
oh God. But yeah, I mean, he's watching us. I mean, he'll be on the ride home. But anyway, what was I saying? Fuck. Dunkin' Donuts. I gotta say, Dunkin' Donuts has really good coffee creamer. And yeah, they're more famous for the coffee, but like I get Dunkin' Donuts creamer because it's the only one that just normally has real cream in it. Every one of them is like made out of like some kind of weird palm oil, like emulsified palm oil. And then they'll have like the specialty ones that are like, you know, the real cream. It's like a smaller bottle for $1 more. And it's still got like skim milk in it or whatever, you know? But yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts store brand creamer. Here we go. Bill Burr working at a what do you think? Working at Dunkin' Donuts.
I like the top right. The bottom left's okay, but like the top left and the bottom right, I don't get those. I don't really see any resemblance.
It looks more like Sean from Simon Pegg a little, you know?
I was gonna say the albino guy from Barry, but I know he's not really albino, but like he's Zaz from Gotham, right?
I think so.
Okay, then he might as well be.
Stuff. Well, let's see what our boy Blue. Hope our boy Blue's good. Boy,
I don't get this last message.
They probed me, boys. The aliens got him. Yeah, he had a Mothman encounter. Yeah, dude, it's time to do a rewatch of Fire in the Sky or the Mothman prophecies.
Oh, hell no.
Dude, the Mothman got a hold of you, and like, you know, that's what happens is you'll blank out and you'll be like 700 miles away or something, and it'll be like 2 hours have gone by and you don't know what happened. Weird. Well, hopefully you're okay. Hopefully, maybe you just had a case of I was sleepies, and hopefully you don't have like, you know, fucking brain tumor or something. Jesus. Dude, Mothman movie is fucked up. Yeah, it's scary. What was his name? Ingrid Cold? That was freaky as hell. Remember that, Kyle?
I don't remember his name in it. I remember that my mom, she still to this day swears that that's the scariest movie she's ever seen.
Yeah.
She's always talking about it. Yeah,
It's
that
freaky. Yes, dude. Yes. Yeah, dude. And yeah, Ingrid Cold is such a great name. Like his name is Ingrid Cold. And he's coming, you know, and he's on the phone and he has that weird voice, you know. But
that one Disney movie that was on your list, Something Wicked This Way Comes. The main kid in that is literally named Jack Nightshade.
Nice.
Yeah, because apparently Ray Bradbury was like the best with names.
Nightshades. Yeah. I wear my sunglasses at night. Yeah, I mean, they probed you. Blue collar got probed, man. Check your orifices when you get home. Make sure you don't have a giant satellite dish hidden inside your anus. It happens, man.
No, it doesn't.
No, I know.
Good.
Well, shit. Hopefully,
So this field
Chris.
thing is real? I thought it was a joke when you said that.
What's real?
He said he woke up in a field somewhere?
I think it is real.
Yeah, where his responses like on this and Facebook just make it sound like something weird happened.
Yeah, I mean, he basically had a Mothman encounter where he woke up in his car. He basically said he was like sleep driving instead of sleepwalking.
Yeah, it sounds like Dumb and Dumber when Harry's fantasizing while he's driving.
His GPS saved him. Whatever.
So
I mean,
where
hey, as long as he's
are,
okay, as long as he's alive. AI suggestion: internet personalities and opposing jobs, like a vegan teacher flipping burgers. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's a good idea.
So
Let's see.
Lizzo,
Let's see what Midjourney thinks a vegan looks like. Let's just see what happens when I type in vegan.
my great grandpa
Should we
during his
pull up,
last
like,
days in
the
Poland.
picture from the 2 vegan bodybuilders or something and try and put that through?
Oh my god. Let's see here. All right, let's we'll wait a second here. Oh yeah, let me try to update my this page here, this Midjourney page, because when I, even though it's a little slower, I can pull up some larger images. Yeah. Oh, here's another one I made that I forgot about. Let's see. This is what I should do. I should open the page on a separate page, and then when it's done loading, put it up there on the other monitor. That's a good idea. All right, are you ready? Let's see. All I put in was Bagel House. All right. And this is what it gave me. Now, it also, keep in mind, I didn't tell it to give it me in a cool, like, I didn't tell it to do it in a cool painting style. Because normally I can specify, like, do it in watercolors.
Yeah, most
It
of those
chose
look like
to do it. It chose to do it like this style.
This looks more like anime, but it's awesome.
Yeah, it actually is really
Also-
cool. It reminds me of like,
Sorry.
like the
Let me
donut
get rid
shop
of
from
this.
Umbrella Academy almost. It's got that weird sort of like retro futuristic vibe to it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I mean, the donut on the bottom right, because it's a donut as opposed to a bagel, it's reminding me of Ponyo for some reason.
Yeah, it's because it's all like in the water. It's like you got to swim to the donut shop. That's kind of a drag. How do they get their fucking your yeast and stuff delivered to them? It's got to get air dropped in every day by a drone. Also, the random marshmallow like stuck in the donut.
Oh.
That's like a computer thinking like this will be good. You know, like
Well, as opposed to the moldy donut on the top right, like that doesn't even look edible.
right.
In fact, the top left, I'm pretty sure, is a donut as opposed to a bagel.
Right. Yeah, I mean the top right is the only. Yeah, top two are the only ones that actually look like bagels. Right. This one's definitely a bagel. Now a bagel. The thing about bagels is you make the dough and you boil them first for a second, and then you put them in the oven, right?
Yeah, like in malt vinegar or something like that.
A donut is like deep fried. Correct.
Oh, I've made homemade donuts, so I can attest to that.
Donuts are good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The store-bought shit's better.
So
though.
this was the Cars one. Make a live action adaptation of Cars.
That's not even close.
Yeah, the mouth on the top.
Oh no, it's
right,
pretty
it's
spot on.
curvy.
Yeah, but like the bottom two just look
I mean, it's
like
pretty spot
stills
on. The
from
problem is it
movies.
doesn't look live action.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And in that regard, it is spot on.
like Paul Newman
Like,
as
they're
the
like- I guess-
Hudson Hornet is easily done in live action.
Right. For some reason, oh, finally, my vegan grilling burgers thing is finally starting. I don't know. Must be a lot of people using the Midjourney app, boys. It's all good. Let's close this. Let's check on our boy Blue.
I'm
See if
picturing
there's any.
I'm picturing a blonde mid-50s lady, like a Kate Gosselin figure for some reason.
AI is reduced to tracing. Kind of. It's like tracing all of the internet, you know? Oh boy. I cannot wait for Blue Collar to make it home safe and pop in on this stream and regale us with his tale of extraterrestrial nonsense.
No, it'll be my first thing to watch when I wake up tomorrow, which reminds me I think I overdid it a little bit. Like, I'm not freaking out or anything, but
You're fine. Oh, well, let's
really-
get weird then.
I
Let's get
really need
weird.
to lie down in a few minutes, so I think I'm going to call it a night.
It's so funny because like the same thing happened to my cousin when we were watching this movie.
Oh, nice.
Let's see here. All right, before you go though, let me show you this prompt. This is what I put in when I said vegan. I said vegan feminist make grilling burgers. Okay,
That's perfect.
Let's see what it pulled me up here. I'm gonna paste, send. Let's try it this way. This is easier. Facebook is faster. Open a new tab.
Tell you what, I'll stick around until Chris shows his ass up.
Or at least makes another comment saying he's safe and home. I don't care. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna click. Oh, who's that? Someone. It's probably Russ. It's Dark Hour. Oh my God, the man, the myth, the legend. Check it out. So this is what I was like. Midjourney, vegan feminist grilling burgers. This is what Midjourney thinks a feminist looks like. A vegan.
It looks like the John
Pretty fun. It's pretty spot on. I like how she's got like a heart tattooed on her heart.
I think I came in at the wrong point of this guy. I think I had to be earlier for this to make sense to me.
No, we're just doing Midjourney stuff, and Farrell had suggested like vegans grilling burgers, and I was like, cool. Yeah, it's a good one. All right. Blue collar's home, and yes, the Mothman idea is fucking with you. Yeah, the Mothman got you, dude. Get in here when you can. I mean, we'll get the whole CCCP together again for the first time in 5 days.
For the first time, for the last time.
So how are you, Russ? You just had the video premiere. You were on BSUP. You're in Vegas, right?
I had to run out, and because I'm not like, I don't have a car, so everything is Uber. So it's like, that's why it took me a while to get back and on. So it's like, but I'm on now, and that's what matters.
No worries. Yeah, I thought you were gonna pass, so it's always a treat. So what's on your agenda for the rest of the evening? Nothing.
Pretty much trying to just push myself to Vegas time. So like normally this would be like midnight
12.
Right. Yeah, like so if I can go to
Tyler. Tyler's like yawning as you say that.
No, because he knows exactly what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah. I caught it does look like cousin, like I said. My cousin and I watched Hard Target today, and he was fucking like so high, he was falling asleep during like, dude, he kicks the gasoline can and blows that motorcyclist out the window, and my cousin's like snoring, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, this is hilarious. This is going in. This is staying in. He's like, huh? What? Huh? Smooth's weird. What's going on? I was like,
yeah. BSUP is definitely it's finding its groove for sure. By the way, you mentioned BSUP.
Yeah,
it's definitely it's found. I think its core people. They're still going to bring other people in, but I think they found they're like a lot of their core guys.
Yeah,
obviously, you know, the core guys can then eventually bring in other people, but that's the thing about those shows is finding that like those core dudes that you can like rely on. Sure. Like, you know, like Drinker's got obviously, well, Mahler's his co-host, but obviously he has like Disparu as like those are his like go-to dudes. Platoon's one of them.
The core four, yeah. Platoon, he's just kind of new. He just showed up out of nowhere. I don't, you know.
Platoon actually got his start on the Mr. Brown Alliance, which is him and Movie Cynic both got their start there. But you know what's Mr. Brown pretty much exclusively does live streaming.
Right.
So it doesn't it doesn't really take off as much.
Well,
but
yeah,
it has this niche, but
you know, I'm into the streaming, you know, it's fun.
Streaming is way funner. Looks like we got
yeah, no shit. And YouTube hates it. That's another reason why I love it. They're like, you're like eating up like terabytes of our fucking data, dude. Like, with these dumb fucking streams. Like, yeah, so you're the dumb idiots that just gave us like free unlimited storage.
Tyler, you gotta go, man.
Yeah, I've well, you've heard the last 20 minutes. I've maybe edibled a little too much, but nothing I can't handle, thankfully.
He's just like, nothing I can't handle, but I gotta go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
There's some potent brownies going around in Canada and Texas.
They're caramels.
Oh, tasty treats.
Very much
yeah.
so.
Yeah, what you got? Yeah, I was saying, you got any funny, Midjourney ideas? Dark Hour, just shoot them my way. I'll crank
What
some
is
out.
what is Midjourney? I'm sorry. What is?
It's this AI. It's the AI art stuff, where you type stuff in and it makes funny pictures. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if I can come up with something. Well,
Yeah. That's no pressure.
well, I was joking about on BSUP, if you were watching, I was joking about how I love to go to ChatGPT and have Rocky fight everybody on the planet, or some cases not on the planet. So why don't we just start like doing Rocky versus like just throw random shit in there.
Yeah, Rocky doing what?
Rocky for fighting. I don't know. Name some animal. Name some.
Okay, fighting a giant penguin, or no, not a penguin. I already did a robot penguin. Fighting a Rocky
fighting a volcano.
Rocky fighting a volcano.
That doesn't make any sense. But let's see what
Sure,
it comes
that's
up
why I
with.
like it. Let me
Tell
see.
you
Let me tell
what, before last thing I'll say, maybe have Rocky Balboa fight Big Bird, because
Big Bird. There we go.
Big Bird scared the shit out of me as a kid, and I would have loved to have a dream where
mean,
somebody kicked his ass.
I mean, like that Big Bird. That's a hard angle to punch somebody at. That's like,
shit.
It's
Yeah.
got to be body shots the whole time.
Nah, he's got a gut just like everybody else.
All right. So we said fighting. Let's do both. We'll have Big Bird and a volcano. We'll get a fire.
How about Big Bird in a volcano?
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Let's
Deathmatch.
Big Bird, Rocky
Retarded Mortal Kombat.
fighting Big
Like
Bird.
retarded Mortal Kombat. It's like what's that? Mugen. It's like the game Mugen. It's like-
I remember that one.
Yeah,
Never
where you can
played
put
it,
you can put sprites of anything into the
Yeah,
game.
it was like Jason
Basically.
Voorhees versus fucking Shang Tsung. I remember shit like
Yeah,
that.
and then what is it? Then they just made that official in Mortal Kombat. They were like, okay, people want to do this shit. We're just gonna put those people in the games for real.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that was a
remember
good
one of the
move.
best. I remember one of the best characters in Mugen was Peter Griffin. For some reason, was like one of the best characters.
Oh, you mean like to play?
Yeah, he because he had like a really wide, his hitbox for his hands was like enormous for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
guess
he
'cause
would
he-
be built. He would be built weird, wouldn't he?
And I mean, he has all that practice fighting against the giant chicken. So,
Dude, like, how many times did he fight him in the show for real?
I mean, I'm sure there's a list. There's a list. Let's see.
It's like 5
It's
or
at
6
least 2 or
times.
3. That's probably even more.
No, it's definitely more than that. It was like a recurring thing for a while. Let's see here. Let me send my cousin this link.
Let's see. I'll just find it up. How many times has?
Yeah, you guys look that up. I'm pulling up this Midjourney shit. Oh, what the hell? Okay, well, this is weird. This is. I'm gonna have to be more specific here, but I'm gonna show you this failed attempt, and we're gonna try to get this right. Here we go.
Hold on. Let's see. As of 2019, so this isn't a finalized list by any means, but 5 times as of 2019. So I'm sure it's probably like 7 or 8 now.
Wow, hell yeah!
Add 4 more seasons on top of that, so, and seasons of increasingly less shit that they know what they're doing. So they would end up reusing recurring jokes more often.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to give you guys the first attempt here of I just said Rocky fighting Big Bird in a volcano, and I don't know what it was thinking. I mean, it was close, but no cigar. I'm gonna be more specific. Next time I said Sylvester Stallone boxing Big Bird in a volcano, so hopefully that'll get better results.
I can only
This
imagine
is-
what this is.
Yeah, this is so weird.
Let's see.
Let's see here. It's like 2 Muppet bird creatures. I guess this brown bird is Rocky, according to the computer. What's going? And this is the winner, even though it's the most wrong.
That's just terrifying looking.
That is the
Okay,
Peter
I
Griffin
think-
chicken that he had to fight in real life.
We just told Tyler just told us how he's like he was terrified of Big Bird as a child. and
Oh,
he's on
Blue's
edibles
here!
Looking.
Blue's here, and he's alive. Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! What
Jesus.
happened, dude? Are you okay?
Oh my god.
Did you fall asleep or pass out? Because like if you're
I'm-
fainting, man, that might be like
I'm
a
not
medical
sure.
issue.
I
Okay.
remember passing a gas station, pulling the car over, and I remember I blinked, and I'm in a fucking cornfield. I'm like, how did I get here? Like,
I
swear to
blinked
God.
and I'm in a cornfield.
Swear to God.
Was the
I'm running through-
cornfield close to the gas station? I'm guessing, right?
No, it was like freaking like it was.
It was like 19 miles away. What the fuck?
Seriously, like I GPS it says GPS says you are 27 miles from your house. And I'm like, how the fuck am I 27 miles from my house? What is going on?
What?
Like,
Car's
Jesus
okay?
Christ. Yeah, it's like
Is your
I
car
just-
like auto drive or something?
I cannot. A half hour of my life, and the funny part, if I was drinking, it would have made sense. I was sober. That's
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I
mean-
was like worried about because you're always like pounding booze and hitting the road, and I'm just like, oh god.
Here's the
Exactly.
best.
He
here's
finally
the
got
best part.
arrested.
There's actual video evidence that you can wake up in the morning and like rewatch this and be like, "Oh, I am alive." They confirmed it last night.
So yeah, the Mothman got you and put you in a cornfield. Is your car okay? No dents or dings or damage or
Like I said,
anything?
I just woke up side of the road. The car was still
I'm
on.
still
and
laughing at this picture.
I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, this is exactly what I need before I go to sleep.
Oh
but,
my god!
He's gonna have like
sorry.
Tyler's gonna be having fucking fever dreams all night. Like, Big Bird's gonna get me.
Midjourney.
yeah, with that,
With slightly smaller bird. I'll catch you later, Tyler.
good to
Sorry,
good to-
man, dude.
Good
Good talking to
see
you guys again, man.
Good to see you're okay, Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Well, later, man.
My
I like how he
social-
closes his laptop and it like goes to his crotch.
He's still
It's like-
streaming though.
It's like the
He
last
closed
thing
his
that you,
he closed his laptop, but he didn't lose the stream, so he's still
you can remove
technically
him
in.
from this stream.
I'm going to, but I
See,
guess
Well, yeah,
I'm gonna-
it's like this. It's like this is what it looks like when you're going down under here.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right,
Oh,
let's
okay.
try this
I was,
again.
I was doing
Sorry,
DoorDash
let me
last-
check on the other run. Anyway, so yeah, explain more. Oh my god, explain more about what happened to you, Chris. I'm sorry.
So you were
This
doing
is the crazy
DoorDash.
shit I'm looking at.
No, it's 90 minutes to get here. I'm like a whole hour. Like I left my house 3 hours ago, and now I'm like, I don't know what's going on. No, I was saying, Russ, I was doing DoorDash.
Well,
this year.
I'm glad you're taking it all pretty well.
Yeah. I
I'd
just
be
walked in-
fucking calling a fucking for a CAT scan immediately. I'd be like, what's going on?
So you're doing DoorDash. You were listening to me. That's the important
yeah,
thing. You were
yeah.
listening to me.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
You
like I
you
was-
have
I was
that kind of
texting-
effect on people.
I'll text Enzo like this is what I say with movies and stuff and like Rise of the Beast, like when Little Platoon was busting your balls about like with Beast Wars. And funny part, after doing my video, I watched Beast Wars. You can look it up on YouTube. And like because you were saying, well, the Maximals have to blend in with their environment, but they show cheetahs and gorillas, and it doesn't make sense that there's T-Rexes there. There's actually not, because they scan inside the bedrock and stuff, and they pull up fossils of Dinobot. So it's like because you were right, like, well, they're not scanning the local wildlife, they're also scanning anything that was living inside Earth. And
What the fuck is this shit?
All right, so Sylvester Stallone boxing Big
That's not-
Bird in a volcano.
that's
What
not-
is his glove and his pants?
That's not
right,
even
number-
Sylvester Stallone.
Number 2, they're close. Look at his little hands. Look at his little gloves.
what
It's
the
like
fuck?
now keep in mind, normally when I do this kind of stuff, I like to get real specific, and you can say some crazy shit. You can put in photos. I like how it's not a volcano. It's just like a town on fire behind them. It's just like
What-
a little village
what
on
kind of-
fire.
What kind of acid is Big Bird on?
The sad acid. All right. this looks like Al Pacino as Scarface.
Holy
This is the only one that they look like they're in a volcano, though.
I love how he's not even wearing gloves. He's just wearing the ends of
This
gloves.
is not a sanctioned hold. This is like the ref would get in here. No, this isn't boxing. All right, and number 3, let's see the third. Oh my god, dude!
Man,
Who
what?
the fuck is that? Who is that?
I'm gonna have fucking nightmares tonight.
And then again
I love
with the
the,
tiny
like-
hands.
Here's the thing I love. He has like a flesh flavor saver. It's like
He just got this Al Pacino look on his face, like, "Hey, what do you want from me? I'll fuck you up, just like a bird." Oh my god!
Hold on.
This
Hold
should
on,
have
I'll be
been.
right back.
This should have been.
Jesus.
Oh my god! Let's see here. Oh man, that's funny. All right, what up? What else, Collar? How you doing?
I did want to ask
That,
Russ,
you were
'cause
having a good day.
I know often like Russ gets out the one time. What are your predictions? Any view on the Flash? Like, how do you feel about the Flash coming out Friday?
Yeah, I kind of
'Cause
briefly talked about it with Tyler, and I was like shocked that it's already happening. You know,
I'm gonna try to get Thursday showing. So, but like, I mean, because I the tendency I do like Chris Gore a lot, and everything Crystal Drinker. I think it's probably accurate. I'm guessing the first hour is probably shit, and then Chris Gore said it doesn't pick up until Michael Keaton comes into the film.
Yeah, I might have to tell.
Do it. Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna probably do a review on the Flash, but I'm probably gonna avoid Indy. I can't give a fuck about saying bad shit about Indy. Like,
yeah. I'll say funny shit about Harrison Ford though. I mean, I like him, but yeah, he's just a weird old guy. I was saying, but as far as this new stuff, like seeing what is it? We just talked about it. My God, I'm reading all these messages. The Flash. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like it's already coming out, and first of all, I do want to talk about like Collar. Wes wants us to watch Yellow Jackets and do that for next Monday. But there's 2 seasons, and I'm like, okay, let's.
I just watched the first 4 episodes. I think that show's fucking with my real life shit going on.
We should put it. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. You got Yellow Jacketed somehow. Weird. So, but yeah, I want to put on. Basically, what I'm saying is, I want to maybe talk about Flash next Monday and push back the Yellow Jackets discussion to the Monday after that, because I want to check it out too, man. Flash movie, just to see it.
Well, my intention is to go see Flash on Thursday. I have a flight back home Friday. So I'm probably going to type up my review on the plane, record it when I get home that night.
I'm checking the app. Yeah, they got already IMAX screenings for 3 o'clock on Thursday. So I'll catch that one.
Yeah, it's, I'm doing an it's not IMAX. It's the because I use Cinemark. It's like Cinemark XL, but it's IMAX. It's just their version of IMAX.
Dare I go actually pay and go see a movie in theater? I haven't seen a movie in theater since Licorice Pizza.
The reason why I do it is because I have so many. I'm a member, and I have so many fucking free tickets that I don't think I could ever use them because they were still giving them to me like because I never stopped paying during the pandemic. Because like I was like I'd rather keep them open, you know. So I kept it going. So I have like for every month that they were closed, like 13 months straight or whatever. And then I I had the kid and I don't go to movies that often. He's 16 months, so you do the math. I have like fucking 27 goddamn like stand-up tickets.
That's all we do.
I can go to a movie every day for a month and be fine if I really wanted to.
Well, maybe I'll try to check out Flash in the theaters on Thursday too, and then we'll all have something to nerd out about this weekend.
All right, let's try to come up with some crazy Midjourney thing here. Let's use the Flash.
Yeah, sure.
The Flash.
The Flash assaulting a pregnant woman now. I think Midjourney has a problem with like violent stuff like that. But anyway, the Flash.
How about the Flash running away from? So,
the state of Hawaii.
The state of Hawaii. No, that's a little too. It needs to be something a little bit more specific that they can draw because if the state of, you know what? Fuck it. Do the state of Hawaii.
Hawaiian police.
No, just do this. Literally, just type the state of Hawaii.
Yeah, see what it does.
Yeah, because I can just imagine they'll have like the islands with legs chasing him.
At first, I was thinking that they were going to put Big Bird in a volcano costume or something. So you said fighting Big Bird in a volcano.
Right.
It kind of reminds me, like Midjourney, kind of reminds me of like. I guarantee you that Enzo's seen it, but the Wishmaster.
Yeah,
remember the Wishmaster?
Farrell just recommended a Jin Uber driver from Wishmaster, and it pulled up something pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'll catch it out on the recording, but that's what it reminds me of because like it takes what you do and like if you leave any holes in your explanation, it like exploits them. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh well. Good enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fun to see how these computers like try to understand us when you
Oh man. Oof.
Appeal? I don't know.
What's going on?
Sometimes, like when I say things like arrest or any kind of words that have any kind of violent notation, they'll be like a little, hey, this might be, against the community standards. If you don't think so, click appeal. And then usually it's just kind of appealed instantly. So whatever.
My what is it? My Rocky video got it got another one of those fucking like, because I use the intro and it like uses a little bit of the music, and I'm like, guys, it's fucking 8 seconds of the music. I'm not stealing from you. Like,
it's one of those things where they're silly. Oh my god!
I had to appeal what the fucking what was it? The Mortal Kombat theme like 3 times. My favorite one was my Matrix video. I used the green, like the very end when it's like all the green numbers and letters.
Yeah.
And I took out Neo's voice and replaced it with my own, and they were like, no, you used it. I was like, it's completely not even close to what it was originally.
Bastards. Yeah.
I mean, I get all the appeals go my direction.
It looks like you got it takes time, and also like those first couple days are like the most important, right? So
yeah, but it doesn't matter for me because I'm not making money on advertising. So
sure.
That really only matters if you make money on advertising.
I hear you. But as far as like, like the Rocky video is good. It's good watching. I'm gonna start trying to do premieres now because that seems like a good way to do it. Just
it was fun. Yeah, I had like 16 concurrent viewers at one point, which was pretty cool. There wasn't much interaction in the chat, probably because it was only 22 minutes long. But if it was like a half hour or maybe longer, it may have been a bit more interaction.
Cool. I mean, I'm gonna try that for Commando, I think, which is coming out this week. And dude, honestly, it's pretty funny. Blue Collar was on it, and so was Wes, and also Max. Max was on it, my buddy, and he had to leave early. But like, can we start off the stream? We're talking about Commando and how great it is, and he's just like, I've never seen it. And all 4 of us are like, what?
Commando's one of the big 3, man. You got it. Like that's. I mean, it's funny because everybody's big 3 for Arnold is different. It's always a combination of these 4 movies: Terminator 2, Commando, Conan the Barbarian, and what did I miss?
Predator. True Lies.
And Predator. But it's always 3 of those 4. Someone will always go like, "Oh, you're the big 3: Conan, Commando, Predator," and then you're like, "What about Terminator 2?" They're like, well, the first 3 came out first, so I like those. That's my big. And then somebody else will be like, "Oh, Terminator 2." Predator and Conan, and it's like, why don't you like Commando? It's like, because it's basically Predator without a predator. Like, it's like,
yeah. I mean, rewatching it, I realized, like, God, it's pretty simple plot. Guy's daughter gets kidnapped. They want him to do this. He's not. He's got to go to their island and kill them all before they figure out that he's like not doing what they say.
Yeah, and, I love that it's basically the spiritual predecessor to Predator. Like you could argue that like if they just made a couple of changes, it would have just been Predator Part 1.
Well, I talked about in the riff how like it was supposed to be John McTiernan was supposed to do it, and he passed on it. But then 20th Century Fox and him did Predator like right after that. Who's in here? Who is that? Someone left and came back. Oh, Kyle, you left and came back. I see.
Yeah. So do we got these pictures yet, or has the Flash running away from?
Yes.
State of Hawaii?
Yes. Well, so here is this is the second one, but it's like this one loaded first for some reason. But this is the Flash running away, resisting arrest from Hawaiian police. I don't understand. It's fun. I don't know. I'm liking it.
No, number 4 is the best.
Yeah, he's just like they're doing a parade. They're like cheering him on.
Why does he have Batman ears?
I don't know, but the suit's pretty on point. Like in this one, it's like it looks better than the movie Flash, kind of. But then this guy, he looks a little weird in the face. And the state of Hawaii is coming up, and it does look pretty fucking funny. So just FYI, and damn it, the fucking lock the toolbar. All right. Number 1, here we go. Here's actually resisting arrest.
Against nothing.
Yeah. I mean, his weird, okay. Again, with Batman ears, like Batman nubs. Ugh. And then what does this say? Pre-fackle? I don't understand.
Pre-fackle flea capture paste cab CTDEN.
I think this first one's the winner. But anyway,
No, I think the fourth one's the winner.
yeah. All right. Let me pull up this other one. Let me see. Let me get this one loaded. For some reason, that one is like wasn't letting me copy it. But
we gotta do this more often. This has got to be like a weekly thing. We
this
have to
is
do
the second time I've done this. So whenever I can't think of a topic,
we have to take. We just have to do it for like just an hour though. That way, it's like you just get like 3 or 4 topics, do it for an hour, and then peace out. Because then you post that, and then people won't be.
No, I hear you. Yeah, end the stream with a kind of like, let's do some Midjourney before we say goodbye. Yeah, I think that'd be a good little thing to sign off Oz for, and everyone looks up for it. It'll be like that's a good idea.
She's like, I was like, honey, Enzo said the Mothman. She's like, I don't get the Mothman. I was like, she's like, you're lying. I was like, I can't make this shit up. She's like, honey, now I have to watch.
Does that mean you're going to watch Mothman? Does that mean you're going to watch the Mothman with her soon?
Yep.
So the Flash evading the state of Hawaii. These are amazing. This last one is incredible.
That's actually like really good.
Wow.
Like I'd assume that was actually a comic book panel.
He's got fucking these flowers coming off of him. This is a good panel right here, even though the crooked little ear thing, you can fix that in Photoshop. But this last one, holy fuck. This is amazing. This is like actually some Alex Ross shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's like definitely looks like Alex Ross. Like that's.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upscale this fourth one that we got here, and I'm gonna get a big solo live.
Fucking Spider-Man 2099, the first issue. I was trying to find my copy. You pull out your copy. I have some bitch, man. Like
I have 2 issues. I have 2 copies of that. Both signed by Peter David.
I had the first 20 fucking issues. I can't find them anywhere. I'm checking my whole goddamn house. I'm like,
they just released they just released Omnibus. If you're interested.
Dude, you know what else is? There's like some other weirdo people making here. There's some other weird people making some weird art in this thing. So
I still like Grant Gustin. As much as like the Flash did go downhill, you still give Grant Gustin credit for carrying that show. As bad as it is,
I mean, it wasn't his fault that the show sucked. He did his best. I mean, he never phoned it in. Not a single fucking time. Like and you know for a fact he could read those scripts and he realized they sounded fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, with the guys, what's like a season fucking 9? You can't blame the kid for getting a payday.
Yeah.
Check out some of the other stuff some of these people are making. Goku in a Brazilian favela drinking beer.
That looks like orange soda. There's
a few other weird ones that I saw just scrolling, looking for my old ones. Tattoo art, that's cool. No.
Let's see. I'm gonna start doing it myself.
Yeah, these things are fun, man. I mean, you could obviously pay for the $10 one. I got the $30 stuff. This is what I'm talking about. Lex Luthor drinking a beer at the Rio de Janeiro beach, and for some reason they keep putting him in Superman suits. Here, this shit. Why do they think Lex Luthor wears the suit? But see, when I first started doing Midjourney, they could not get this logo right. Now it's like it's hard to get like any alterations of the logo. Look how he's holding this beer. You see this stuff? Weird stuff. Fun.
It's like it's like a Japanese green teacup.
That's what weird casting directors. Yeah, it's like what genius thought it was fucking a good idea to make Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor. Like,
yeah, I've been saying for a while, like Billy Zane, dude. He was such a fucking.
Perfect. I get it too. Yeah, I'd watch that.
He's you gotta get a famous bald actor, just like with Professor X. The idea of thinking of like. Of a actor with hair playing Professor X and just shaving his head, that sounded silly. It had to have been Patrick Stewart and no one else.
Yeah, I think I was like one of 5 people who.
Ooh, sorry, what cow?
Maybe Stanley Tucci for Lex Luthor.
Oh,
who's the one? Yeah. Who's the other guy who looks just like Stanley Tucci?
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong. Yeah, they look identical.
Except Mark Strong's got better teeth and a stronger jaw.
Yeah.
But Stanley Tucci is more talented.
It's ironic that he has better teeth, because in fact he's British.
Yeah.
Good accent though.
So Enzo, I think I'm like one of fucking 5 people who actually watched The Phantom and liked it. Like, I swear. It's a
Dude, we should dude. Let's do that soon.
The Phantom was like one of the earliest fucking comic book films too.
Yeah. Billy Zane rocking that fucking bright purple suit in the jungle.
I think
Who was the babe in that one?
I don't remember. I can look it up.
I want to say it was Elizabeth Shue, but that sounds wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, Elizabeth Shue.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is like the evil villain lady.
Right, I remember that. Like, she was big before the Zorro movie.
Yeah,
she was in that one.
That's like
what year was that even?
I was shocked when fucking Alec Baldwin on Howard Stern said he fucking hated the Shadow. I remember I love the Shadow, but maybe
what year did that come out? That was like
1996. It was Christy Swanson was the lady, and Treat Williams is the bad guy. Hell yeah. I have to check that out. Christy Swanson was the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, I remember her. She was pretty hot back in the day.
She's a babe. Dude, remember the chase with her and Charlie Sheen?
Yep.
Yeah.
That movie rocks.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about Speed. Speed was like an action packed movie about a car chase, and the chase was the same thing, but a romantic comedy.
I laughed my ass off when you sent me that thing. It was the speed, but it's just the speed down, speed gauge. It's like the whole movie.
Drink every time they show the speedometer, dude.
That was it. Just the speedometer.
Yeah.
What was the last thing Christy Swanson was in?
Jesus.
She was in a lot of stupid shit. What's the last thing I remember her being?
Yeah, I'm sure she's in a lot of good like random TV episodes.
Yeah. So the last thing she was in that I recognize on this list is Dude, Where's My Car? That's how long it goes back.
Wow. Holy shit.
She was also in Big Daddy. She was the girl that dumps him in the beginning for the old guy.
For the old balls, yeah.
Yeah, she's the one going to the Hooters.
Yeah.
With his old balls.
With his loose skin and old balls. Gross.
That was like, I remember that meme where it's like, it's like the girl criticizing the man for never crying. Like, don't you ever cry? And then there's like a cut back to like the little kid. I wipe my own ass. I wipe my own ass. And he's like, I've cried before.
Speaking of comic books, any official like news with the new modified whatever Crow remake? Because every other month they hear about some new shit.
I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah, they're doing the Crow again. I think that it's gonna flop no matter what they do because first of all, it's an old comic at this point. So there's not much like in terms of like younger audience, no one gives a shit. Anybody who's older and has like a nostalgia is not going to see it out of like sheer disappointment of like, like it's like that was like Brandon Lee's fucking swan song unintentionally, Yeah.
It was funny. It's like mentioned like now. I'm not sure if you listen to the whole Chad on Spotify, but I was thinking about you, Russ, because when he was talking to Joe Rogan about the whole like man like just listen.
Of course, you were thinking about it when I was Joe Rogan. Yeah. Come on, I'm Joe Rogan. Let's go.
It's just like as much as we wrote down John Wick, that first hour, man, him talking to Joe about just the whole like the creation of the first John Wick film. Everything Chad told Joe about, it's just fucking fascinating. Like how so many studios told him and Keanu was going to bomb. Nobody wanted to watch this shit. Keanu had to film the one scene in New York City. He had the flu with the 103-degree fever. I mean, just all this behind the scenes shit. It's so amazing how John Wick got made. Like
my pop filter. It's one of the boxing gloves from that from Sylvester Stallone versus. I like never use this pop filter really on this.
It was cool though. 50 minutes in, he does tell Joe Rogan. He's like, "Yeah, listen to the Critical Drinker." He's like, "I listen to all criticisms," and he dropped the drinker's name.
Critical Drinker, man. He's on another level, man. He really is. He's officially reached the zeitgeist.
I was just about to say those exact words. Tapped into the zeitgeist.
Yeah. Like he said, once we all know that if this Rogue Elements goes well, that's gonna open some doors up.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a possibility that I don't know how much longer he's really going to be able to like keep doing like weekly open bars and stuff.
Exactly.
Like
I was thinking that myself.
Like there's going to come a point where like if he's doing all these other projects like that are going to be way more profitable for him. If he becomes a producer in Hollywood, he's not gonna be doing weekly open bars.
And not to mention, it's like when you hear names like whether it's Chris Jericho's like this drink I've heard of you hear like Russell Crowe himself, and like these people, a lot more people. I mean, when you're pushing 2 million fucking subscribers, and some of your videos are getting 5 million views, people are paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like
weird,
Red
though.
Letter Media. They got a fuck ton of millions and millions of followers and subscribers and Patreons. That's the other thing. They got people that just donate to them. And the thing is, like, I don't think they'll like they I think they're just gonna keep doing the stupid Red Letter Media stuff because it's what they do, you know. And it's like if you told them, hey, we'll make it, yeah, I'm sure Critical Drinker could make like one movie or a couple movies here, but like I don't know. I think the idea is like, man, it's like that's where, you know, he got his following. It's kind of hard to leave it. Obviously, unless like YouTube kicks him off or something, you know, that's going to be a whole.
I don't think
different
YouTube
story.
would kick him off. He's smart about the way he does things.
Yeah.
But you never know when someone gets like fucking some bullshit ban. It happens all the time, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think like that's the thing with Will versus guys at Red Media. He said multiple times getting a hold of him is like impossible. If like, you know, the right people in Hollywood get a hold of Will for an interview, he's like, fuck, I'm taking this because he's trying to make changes. I mean, you can tell it's like he wants to produce, he wants to write good scripts, he wants to go back to like everybody with, you know, the good old days of like liking good movies and shit. And
it is actually kind of funny because I recently, like, I'm like, you know, I'm on like Reddit all the time and stuff. And a lot of his like fans on Reddit are like kind of turning on him, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a Reddit exclusive thing. Yeah, they feel like he's become a little bit like more I don't want to say shilly, but he's gone more toward the like not being super critical of films anymore. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's still way critical of shit.
That's what I said.
But
like,
I could see certain ones that maybe he wasn't as hard on as he could have been. But
yeah. No, we'll talk to Enzo about this. We'll listen to earlier with you and Platoon, like guys like Mueller and stuff. Like I said, I go into a Transformers film or like the Meg 2 or freaking, you know, like Fast 10. I'm not expecting fucking Fast 10 to be the Shawshank Redemption. I'm not expecting Mario Brothers to be goddamn Schindler's List. And I think
I am, damn it. I want to see
I
want to see the fast Shawshank Redemption.
And that's why I think with
Fast Formers, is that what someone showed to someone recently? Fast Transformers?
That's something me and Enzo talked about a million times though. It's like Will will sit there, Will watch stupid shit and laugh about people like, oh well, the Critical Drinker, he said he likes Fast 10 is stupid. Yeah. You know what's really fucking stupid is Commando. I mean, seriously, Commando is dumb as fuck. And we all love it. You know?
Here's the thing. So I like Mahler. I love Platoon. Platoon's my friend. He's like, you know, legitimately a guy I talk to all the time. When you can get a hold of him, he locks himself in to do his scripting. So like, but you know, like
he's really British, right?
He's very British, yes.
I like this idea that it's like, you know, all right, guys, good stream, guys. It's just like, you know, like the camera comes off. He's just like
he talks like that. like what people might call pretentious, but I just say that he's educated.
Yeah,
but that's why it's so funny that his animated avatar is like in a fucking, you know, an armchair with a glass of wine and a pipe. You know,
so,
it's just
but he talks like that like all the time, even like backstage at shows. Like he speaks exactly like that. So he's but
you like the Prestige, right? We've talked about the Prestige. That's what he's doing. It's like the old man with the fishing bowl. He's like, just joking.
So here's the thing about it. So one of the reasons why he says he doesn't do any kind of like face reveals, and he said this live. So like this isn't me like saying anything nobody's heard before. He says that he has really bad British teeth.
Of course.
So like he doesn't want people to like see that.
Yeah.
And make fun of him about it. But now that everyone knows, no, I'm just joking. Yeah, British teeth.
I mean, here's the thing: is if he's saying that they're bad, it's one of two ways: either they're really not that bad, or they're really bad. It's like, you know, if you're saying it,
incisor, if you're missing one of these front teeth, that's usually like a big one. Yeah, you know.
But no,
it's like if you're saying it, it's one or the other. It's one or the other extreme. It's like I'll get it out of one.
Yeah,
I'll get it.
We talked about that Rush to death. It's like that's the thing with Will is we've noticed that over the past few years that people they'll sit there, they'll watch like his freaking videos. Like we just see in the comment section in the mod team, oh well, Crow Drinker he shits on all fucking women. Like he just made a video about showing all the good women and people.
Right.
Yeah, so you can tell these Reddit people and people.
These are the good ones.
Yeah, it's like
these are the good women.
They want him to fucking like hate everything. It's like no, there's a good time and fucking place for like, you know, Fast 10 or like people, oh, I hated freaking Dungeons and Dragons. Drinkers hate Dungeons and Dragons. No, Drinkers like he's critical. Like, but even with Spider-Verse, I read that you got Patreon, Russ. You seen this whole post a couple days ago? His big long post about the problems with Peter Parker. He's like, I still like Spider-Verse, but Peter Parker is a problem in that fucking movie. But
I loved Peter Parked car. That was my favorite.
Yeah,
literally a car.
But people tend to forget that shit. There's plenty of movies that we all love that we acknowledge. You can love a film, but also acknowledge the problems with it. And but
I say it all the time.
You know, yeah.
Well, I think there's also like there's two schools of thought with that. It's like you have like Mahler who and to a lesser extent Platoon, who really like they kind of make their bread and butter on being hyper nitpicky. And like looking at like going over things with like a crazy fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
Whereas like Drinker does more of like an overview of things. He does it for like the more not quite fully, but for more like the layman. Like, you know, like the you and me, like you're saying.
Exactly.
It's like Mahler, people like his analysis for a completely different reason they like Drinker's analysis.
Yeah.
Mahler, people like Mahler's analysis because it's more academic.
Yeah.
It's more like you're looking at it like on like almost like a molecular level, whereas Drinkers is more on like an aesthetic, like, you know.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because he's like, you know, like he's a writer and like over the course of time, like he could do it the way Mahler does it, but like he realizes that most people that are watching movies it's because they're not reading a book. They don't, if they want to have all those details, it's in the book, you know.
Yeah, great.
That's kind of what I get off of them, you know.
Well, yeah, that's what like Platoon said, which he's right though. I talked about this with like say Last of Us. It's definitely become this Last of Us for me. The past couple of years has been the most toxic. Where it's like either you 100% love Last of Us, 100% hate Last of Us. I'm like, no, I'm in the middle. I liked it, but I didn't love it. I said it was good, but I wish it was better. But even like Westwood bust balls, like, oh, dude, you hated it. I'm like, I never once in any stream said I hated Last of Us, but as we come on, obviously, Russell, you read comic books and stuff. How many comic book adaptations? Some are fantastic. Some are just not as good as a comic. I'm like, The Last of Us, I played that game 6 fucking times. I'm not saying the TV show is bad, but it's not as good as the fucking game. There's nothing wrong with
it's just like there's certain comic book stories that just never will translate.
Yeah.
I would keep saying this. You will never fully capture the Fantastic Four in a movie. It's too much designed to be like villain of the week, you know, comic book. Like it's one of the ones that hasn't really evolved too crazily over the years. Like when Jonathan Hickman took over, it got a little bit more serialized.
Yeah.
But the like they've always kind of been like, you know, Doctor Doom is consistent with the Fantastic Four, but a lot of times it's like, who's the new villain this week? You know, that the Fantastic Four have to figure out.
Yeah, I've kind of given up on all hopes of us in our lifetime, us ever seeing a true proper like Dark Phoenix saga. Like if they
it's not going to happen. Actually,
you know,
let me rephrase that. It has happened, but it happened in the cartoon.
Yeah, 100%.
The cartoon did it fantastic.
Yeah, which Marvel's too fucking stupid. And you know this too. I said 10 years ago before even Infinity War came out. So if you guys really, really want to do fucking Dark Phoenix, you would have made Dark Phoenix how you built up Thanos. Simple as that. Like you would have had a 15 movie arc building up.
Here's the
Dark
thing
Phoenix.
but you don't even necessarily need that. You can do it in a 3 film arc. But the problem is you can't skip directly to Dark Phoenix. You have to have the period of time where she isn't the Dark Phoenix.
Exactly.
Like you have to have the storyline of her being the Phoenix, but like not evil.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem. You can't do 1, 3. You have to do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Seriously, that looks like an Alex Ross drawing. It really does.
Fucking dope.
That's what like that. I love your comment. Open fucking bar. It's like Kevin Feige's. We have 80 years, and you're like, well, the thing is, you don't fucking jump to year like, what was it, year 72?
72. Yeah, you don't start with year 72 if you have 80
totally.
years.
Yeah, man. I mean, what do you think about ISOM #2? It just launched. It's got like fucking $800,000 almost in 24 hours already.
I haven't even read ISOM 1, so I don't know.
I mean,
and it's not because I don't want to. It's because I didn't. I wasn't able to get a signed copy, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm not buying.
But the point is, like, yeah, the Comicsgate thing. It's like I'm loving the Comicsgate train because, like you were saying, like, yeah, you're worried about these YouTubers that we like that are like professional YouTubers. Well, what happens when Hollywood wants them in the fold? Well, it's like Ethan Van Sciver is like he's my favorite YouTuber, and like him, you know, he's been doing the YouTube thing on the side for his comic book stuff for a while, and it's just like the YouTube is just like a vehicle to advertise the comics, but as long as the YouTube's entertaining, then it's kind of a win-win, you know.
I'll check out Item number 2 tomorrow. I didn't realize I got so backed up with everything going on that like I definitely got to pick up a copy. No, I thought like, you know, Item, even somebody with me, and this is a problem with YouTube now. Someone's like, oh, Chris, well, I can't take your Item seriously because I hate Eric July's politics. I'm like, look, I've seen some of Eric's videos. I don't give a fuck about politics. I care about how good was his comic book. I don't care about libertarianism and shit. Or like
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of his videos. I used to like Ripa, or like when he used to go over like comic stuff, like comic book history and stuff.
Exactly.
Then when he became more kind of ranty, I started to tune out. Not that I dislike him, like not even necessarily that I disagree with his politics. It's just I don't really tune into YouTube for that.
Exactly.
That's why I just like certain guys' streams like Critical Drinker and Ethan Van Sciver and like Jack Show. And like when these characters wind up on the streams, you know, they kind of just talk about the same shit they always talk about. And it's just like, it's always a fun time.
I feel that with Russell, every time Eric uploaded a video, it talks about like, you know, the history of like Miles Morales or history of Token. Whenever Eric does a 15-minute comic book video, they're fucking perfect because you know he knows comics. But like but then like he'd go 3-4 months in a row talking about, you know, anarchy and stuff and capitalism and socialism. I was like, and I'm like,
he's an anarcho-capitalist.
Which honestly, it's like politics. I've hit a point, man, where I keep feeling like the older I get, the dumber I get because politics.
I'm gonna go Enzo on this. I'm just gonna hold my mic.
Fuck yeah, dude. It sounds nice and clean. Hell yeah, you could do like the ASMR.
Hey, how you doing?
I do like the Freddie Mercury hold with like, you know, I just wish my like I have like a long like mic stand.
Politics guys, man. I just like, you know, even the drinker. Some people are like, oh, he's hardcore conservative. I'm like, there's nothing about Will that ever came across as hardcore conservative. Is that you fuckers you're so political. Where it's like you can't even say like you like it's if I say I like Pepsi and Russell drinks Coke and fucking Enzo you drink fucking RC Cola, it's wherever you're some
Who
kind
drinks
of
RC Cola.
It's out there. I've seen that.
Pepper, man. Texas, we drink Dr. Pepper out here. All right.
Well, me check out Bud Light now. You can't even drink a fucking Bud Light or a Budweiser or a fucking without being political.
See, I never did drink Bud Light, but now that like the idea that like they're selling away 24 packs for like $2, which isn't true by the way, but certainly not true out here. But if it was, I'd be fucking buying cases of fucking Bud Light.
There's probably people out there who just drink it because I'm not a Bud Light person, but like maybe you just like the fucking taste of the goddamn beer. It's God damn,
well, there's anyone else besides me noticed that Kyle said gunfire and no one.
I did. I want to ask him.
Used to it. That's why I'm in New York.
I just didn't want to talk about. Yeah, are you okay, Kyle?
No, did y'all hear it or no?
No,
I didn't hear my mic after the first couple shots, but no, I live like there's like a big YMCA and church that I live right next to.
It's huge. And somebody shot it up.
Kind of wooded area. And, people drive back there sometimes. There's like soccer fields and stuff, and people just drive back there and like shoot guns for some reason. I don't know what they're shooting at. It's like pitch black.
Well, if it's normal, then it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys could hear it.
No. In fact, keep the gunfire. Yeah, that's just such a random comment. Just like gunfire in the private chat, and then Kyle's mic's muted, and I'm like, is he dead? Is he okay? Like, we don't even know. His mic's muted. He's like bleeding out, screaming on the other side of his mic. We have no idea. We're like, oh my god.
It's like, why didn't they call the police?
We had one guy get anal probed, and another guy. Hey, how's your ass, blue collar? By the way, is it okay?
I'm sitting here. I have a pillow right now in this chair, and just like
really,
she's like, as soon as I get home, I'm gonna check you. I was like,
he bought a 20-pack of ice pops for his asshole.
Remember on that South Park episode where they like they do the rerun episode, and it's like
they relive the first episode,
and like the guy's like looking in Cartman's ass, the proctologist. And he's like, "Hey, well, everything looks normal. Oh wait, what's this over here?" Boop!
That's nothing I like about when I first got into drinker and stuff. Is how many times? Obviously, you guys know this shit. We're drinkers. Like I grew up. Like I swear, I'm like two people that only I ever watched the Mouth of Madness. Oh shit, drinker watched Mouth of Madness. Oh shit, I watched friggin' for Event Horizon. So like when I mentioned to Enzo, like, hey, Mothman, in fact you picked up on it, like Russell knew.
That's why I like you guys, man, because like I hang out with a bunch of musicians, man. I hang out with a bunch of musicians, and like some of them like movies, but like they're not into it as deep as like some of us are, you know, like where I could just say Mothman. You got Mothman, and you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. You
The
know
whole
what I
time
mean?
I've known Russell, there's never been any time where he's ever mentioned a movie I didn't mention where he just instantly got it. Like he'd have to look it up or something because we all watch the same shit. Like,
well, we were talking about John Hard Target, and one of the things I read was like one of the things that I read was like John Woo had like this. First of all, John Woo barely spoke English, right? He had a very thick accent, and so did Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's got an accent too, but they
Very
hired
different
first of all.
accents.
What's interesting is they hired Sam Raimi to show up and help John Woo direct because they thought he would need help. And even though he didn't, like, there's definitely like this Sam Raimi like touch, and Ted Raimi does have a cameo in it. But what was interesting was because they had like the first few weeks, like, it was very clearly like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie because Jean-Claude has Final Cut. Jean-Claude is like telling John Woo like where to put cameras. Like he has to have specific cameras trained on his muscles at all times. And John Woo was like complied, and even though he didn't use hardly any of that footage. And but like after a few weeks, like they started to have like a way to talk. Like we figured out how to talk to the cinematographer without he couldn't figure out the right words. So he would just say like, this is the Sam Peckinpah shot, He would just say something like that. Like it's like that Star Trek episode where they speak only in like references. So it's like, do the Spielberg Jaws thing. Like that's what I want. You just bring up a movie and a part, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So after a few weeks, it became a John Woo movie.
So that actually leads me. So I'm talking with a couple of guys that I met through like the Mr. Brown Alliance, and we're not sure how we're gonna go about it yet. But we're thinking about making our own like bi-weekly stream where the gimmick is gonna be possibly like random movies. Like we won't even know what the fuck we're supposed to review until like the day before. Like
I'm into that.
I haven't figured out exactly how we would pick it out yet, but
and it's also you might have an advantage because like, I've seen that movie a bunch of times. I know it already. Hell yeah,
or you might not even be able to find it. It might be a movie that you're like, I'll just have to do my best with the plot synopsis.
No, I'll find it. Unless it's like some rare, like, red letter media, like Black Spine edition style, like, instruction video.
As I say with Voodoo every Friday I would check the Voodoo sales, and I buy at least 2 movies a week, and I've got like 500 movies now on my Voodoo account.
I know the whole thing is like avoid buying digital because you never really own it, kind of thing. But
I mean, definitely like when you're like in a tight spot and it's like, hey man, we watch this movie right now. I remember pay-per-view used to be like a thing you'd only get hotels, certain channels. It's like now everyone's got pay-per-view like hooked up to their phone and their computer at all times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with Voodoo and stuff, it's like at one point I had 1,000 DVDs. Now I'm just like, okay, I'm in an empty apartment. Like where the fuck am I gonna put? Like, and that was about 5 years ago. Since then, I've bought fucking 200 more movies. Like, guys, I have nowhere to put. Like, I mean, because you guys,
that was a big part of me going digital only was like running out of store. I had 3 closets full of movies, and then when I started downloading movies, then I just ended up with just like fucking hard drives full of movies that I only watched like once. And so now it's just like I'm just streaming shit. If I don't have internet, I can't watch anything. I mean,
no, it's almost that's what it's like. To what Russell was saying. Right, I'm on a laptop. I can, whether my laptop, my phone, my girlfriend's Xbox, my mother's house, my Voodoo account, I can access it in about 4.3 seconds. And then like, I may not own the fucking films, but I have 10,000 movies at my disposal anywhere I fucking go. So it's like, I mean, who walks around with duffel bags of DVDs anymore?
I used to do that in college before like streaming became big. I used to literally have like,
I had a binder,
I
had a big binder.
I had like the binder full of DVDs.
The DVDs get all scratched up when you keep them in one of those, So that's something you
have to make sure you have one that has really good, like, fucking grip to it. You can't be one of the loose. Can't be one of those CDs.
When your CDs get scratched, it's annoying. When your DVDs get scratched, it's like motherfucker, dude. It's like you're like,
it can't be like the 45-year-old fucking porn star grip. It's got to be like the 22-year-old porn star grip on the fucking DVD. It's got to like,
boy.
I do with gaming now. I was just playing like earlier today. I played about 2 hours of Diablo 4. I bought Diablo 4 digital on my Xbox. I bought Jedi Survivor.
I don't think it's as big of a thing for games because most games now that are coming out digital go through so many filters.
Yeah, but the problem is games take up way too much. The games take up, or they're taking more and more memory. They're way
like
bigger.
50
you know?
gigabytes.
So like when you're talking about
doing?
digital game on your fucking PlayStation's hard drive, you only have limited space. You can have, so you have to start deleting old games to make space for your new games.
That's what I do. Watch why at least with Xbox they keep like your library, your account never dies. So like my Xbox library, I've got like 600 fucking games. I'll put 3 games at a time on hard drive. And once I'm done beating a game, that's my friends. I do. I keep my old games. Once you've beaten God of War Ragnarok 5 times, just take the fuck off your hard drive, dude. Like you've already beaten it 5 times. Like, come on, you don't need it there.
Yeah, certain games have that replayability
you
factor.
Still download it to the hard drive anyways with the disc. So what's the point?
Yeah. That was what's weird. That was like with the PC games. You'd have to fucking disc, and then like you'd install it on your computer, and you'd open it on the computer, but you'd still need the disc to play it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'd always piss people off, but like whenever guys like say Muller or like even as it like they're the master PC race and like hey guys, look, the new port for God of War Ragnarok keeps crashing and stuff, or Jedi Survivor keeps crashing. I'm like, yeah, you know what? My Xbox disc or my Xbox never crashes fucking once. I'm like, so I'm glad that you dickheads spent $5,000 on a PC that doesn't play the same games you want, and I spent $400 on a PlayStation.
I mean, I'm just PC master race at this point. I'm just I'm PC like minor race. I'm just like my computer can't handle a lot of the newer games anymore, so it's just
that was like the meme where it was like a guy like it's like soy jack stuff where it's like PCs are better than consoles, and it's like the iRobot meme as the robot like it's Will Smith like PCs are better than consoles, and the robot like is your PC better than consoles, and it's like crying face like you know like.
Especially like recently with The Last of Us, they finally ported Last of Us to PC. Or so I read an article, I'm just drinking my soda laughing, like, you know what, Last of Us, it worked great on my PS3, it worked great on my PS4. How's that $6,000 rig going? I can't play the fucking Last of Us.
Here's the problem too. It's like your PC better fucking be better than a console if it's cost 10 times the amount. Like you know,
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like if you pay that much and it's not better, then you got fucking ripped off.
Yeah. Now, people like, you know, in the comments always get mad. Like, are you jealous because I spent more money than you? I'm like, no, just because if I spend $2 on a Pepsi, you spend $50 on a Pepsi. It doesn't mean you're smarter than me. You're just dumb enough to spend $50 on a fucking Pepsi. My $2 Pepsi is just as delicious as yours, bro.
I mean, anybody who's buying any Pepsi is stupid. If you've heard my rant about Pepsi,
that is weird. Every time blue collar's like, I got a delicious new liquor and putting some wild cherry Pepsi in it or whatever, like some blueberry Pepsi or whatever. Diet Pepsi Zero or whatever. Every time I'm just like, wow.
Well, fucking Rico went to Pepsi now because
mega zero. This is the most zero that Pepsi can get.
Yeah, negative
absolute
zero.
Absolute zero.
Fucking South Park would fucking have the fucking double do. And Cartman.
I don't remember that episode. What was that?
You gotta watch it. When Cartman was fucking drinking the double do, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
South Park.
That was the zip lining episode where he's like,
shit.
They're talking about how like what they don't know is that they're trapped in a van with Cartman, who's been drinking double Mountain Dew, double Diet Dew. It's got twice as caffeine and sugar as Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Here's some other good ones. Let's see. Here's some other stuff that I pulled up. Let's see. Open a new tab. So here we got we've got Pepe the Frog reading a book. Old illustration style.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then we got Pepe the Frog as an astronaut in space.
Reading a book.
Wow. I don't know. I didn't make these, by the way. These are someone else made these in Midjourney. I don't know. So I'm just like, what
that third one is terrifying.
Yeah, this is a little weird.
Yeah, so we'll see after
dun, dun, dun. It's the skull nose.
It's fucking Skeletor. Speaking of which,
see, that's better. No nose. This is a Ninja Turtle right here.
And Enzo's freaking me out, right? I'm getting fucking flashbacks to that cornfield.
That was like Tyler when he was leaving the stream. He was like, "Oh, I gotta go, guys. I don't feel good." He's had too many weed brownies or whatever. Man, you guys, you kids, and your lightweightisms, like fucking waking up in random fields and having to take naps. I'm just joking.
I should just did fucking edibles or something. I'd feel better.
Yeah, what, you got a headache or anything weird? Anything at all?
No, I feel normal. The fact that one time I'm not drinking, this shit happens. I think it's about my body's resetting, where it's like
So when you woke up, were you like asleep, like crouched over, or were you still sitting up?
Were you huddled in a ball with your ass in the air?
I had this funny taste in my mouth, like
metallic, pennies. Why am I tasting pennies?
Yeah, it's literally just I was in the driver's seat. The car was still on, and I sit up, and I'm like,
oh, so you had so you were like kind of sleeping in the sleep position.
Yeah, like I said, but at some points, like I said, after passing a gas station, I pulled over, and I'm on a main street, main drag, lights and stuff. There's bars and everything, and just it's if you count to like half a second, I literally just blink, and I'm in a cornfield, and I'm like.
So you pulled over to sleep or something? You pulled over
I pulled over. I just pulled over to stretch for a second. I'm ready to check my phone.
So I know what happened.
I was texting you.
You fell asleep. You fell asleep. The car wasn't put all the way in park or something, and you rolled down a hill, maybe.
No, he said because I was on the main drag in a town, and I ended up in a main basically.
Oh, right, and you were far away from where you pulled over.
Listen, I GPS. I was at GPS. Where am I? It
you got like, Mothman.
Basically, I was 5 minutes from the house, right? And when GPS, where am I at? The GPS is like, you are 25 minutes from your house. And I'm like, how did I go from being 5 minutes from the house to now 25 minutes from the house? What the fuck is going on?
GPS, where am I? I don't fucking know. I want a GPS setting that tells you directions like a friend who vaguely remembers where you were, but he was drunk last time you were there. So it's like I think the turn's coming up. I think it's this left. And then
what about?
Oh, no, it was actually that right.
Oh my god! So you know what I just put in Midjourney? I just put 2 words in: the Mothman, and let's see. Let's see what this fucking thing shows me. This might be good. Okay, we'll give it a minute. Also, I was gonna. I can show you guys. I'll show Blue Collar, kind of what I was thinking of.
Like that's a cool part with horror movies, man. That's why as we get older, stuff like at some point, Freddy and Jason, Michael Myers, you start getting kind of stale and boring. Then you see something like the Mothman, like that's more fucking terrifying than any Freddy film I've ever seen.
Yeah, because like anything that fucks with your actual brain, your memory, stuff like that, that's like beyond the physical. So like I was kind of like playing around with character designs for this like vampire book, and I'm really digging like this kind of design with these like ridiculously large ears. I'm loving it. This kind of style, and this kind of like Mr. Burns. This is what I definitely want: bald, big ears, glowing eyes, big sharp teeth. But I like how like this has this kind of like almost like elf like. Like you'd see this and you'd think more like Lord of the Rings type, like kind of like more like a mythical. But when the lips peel back and you see the big fucking pointy teeth, you realize like this thing's a predator of some kind. This thing's dangerous, obviously. But yeah, I'm digging this kind of like style for sure. This design, I don't.
Was back. Like, did you watch the Netflix show Midnight Mass? Because like it seems like
I liked it.
Everybody loved it. It seems like everybody hated the ending. I'm like, I didn't get why.
I didn't hate the ending, but I did feel that the last episode, kind of like. The pacing of the last episode, I remember like the big scene goes on for a long time, and I remember it kind of like draws out, even though it's supposed to be like this big finale. And I think the same problem happened with that other dude's previous miniseries, Haunting of Hill House or whatever. It was really good, and then the last episode just shit the bed completely. But I didn't think that the vampire one shit the bed. I thought just like I said, I understand like the last episode just kind of had I don't know, it was just like a bunch of people getting like slowly killed for like an hour and change. And I felt like, even though this is exciting, A, I'd kind of seen it before in 30 Days of Night, and B, I don't know, just kind of like it's weird. It was like Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting on the lava planet. And even though it's like super big and epic, it just goes on so long, and we don't ever get a let up that it just kind of becomes boring, ironically.
Yeah, because people were criticizing like the ending scene and stuff. It's like, well, obviously, like they said, that thing sunup is about to happen in about 4 seconds, and like the nearest landmass is like 50 miles. So obviously, the vampire bat's gonna fucking die midair, But I mean,
yeah, I did see. That's the thing is in this other movie that's coming out, the last voyage of the Demeter.
Everyone's talking about that. Yeah.
I'm thinking that's going to be cool too. But the thing is, it's like again, we got old timey vampires, right? And we've also got this again with this vampire that's naked and doesn't talk and has wings. And it's like that's a little too similar to Midnight Mass.
Oh, I was just thinking of you because yesterday my girlfriend's mom was like, "Yeah, Chris, so I finally sat down and watched Renfield." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "What you think?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, in her exact words, like, "Yeah, that Aquafina." She's like, "This, I don't get the appeal for this Aquafina girl." And I was like, "You're not the only one." I'm like, I don't hate Aquafina, but I'm like, I don't get why they keep putting her in movies because it said
Your girlfriend said this?
No, it was my girlfriend's mother. And she's like, yeah, she's,
another woman. That's reassuring that a woman said that, because like I said this on the Mermaid stream where I was like, I think the thing about Aquafina is just like ladies like her because they think they want to hang out with her, but they actually do hang out with her and they realize she's fucking annoying.
Oh, because even she's saying, she's like, she loved the Nick Cage scenes, and she was, then once Aquafina comes, I was just said, where I was like, I watch it and I'm like, I love Nick Cage and Nicholas Hoult, but then there's a whole like 45-minute segment where you never see them together, and it's just all Aquafina, and I'm like, man, you just take her out of this fucking movie. Like, it would have been such a great film.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about like that's the other thing I wanted to do about this vampire story is just kind of really like Renfield really was like, I've got to get this book out, dude, because this is way like, I want to make this fucking scary ass vampire story. Back to like the nakedness, the clothes, like like the vampire's clothes, like in Renfield, like I like the idea that Dracula, he dresses like a pimp, he's kind of like Elvis, but like realistically, like for me, like this vampire robe, it's like in Salem's Lot, where like, is it a robe or is it like some kind of shadow, like Spawn? You know how his cape is like alive. The movie anyway. It's like
that's one thing. Yeah, people always shit on the Spawn film, the top and front, the Michael Jai White one. But at the time period, the cape, the CGI for the cape back in the 90s, that CGI back then was fucking fantastic. Like
I was way more impressed with like John Leguizamo's fat suit makeup. That was incredible at the time. I remember being like, whoa. He didn't gain 500 pounds for this role.
We sing cotton here, Kyle.
Here's your friend that picked you up this evening, Blue. Here's the Mothman.
That's a cool part. That's a cool part of that film was like they say the Mothman. It's not really evil. It's just there. It's like there to like make sure
he comes
some kind of higher being.
Yeah.
Like
What'd you say, Kyle?
So you see him and you know something bad is about to happen. The deal is.
He's like a harbinger of doom.
Yes.
This is the best one right here. Hell yeah.
Jeez.
Fuck yeah. Well, the paranormal happens, happenings on Tales from the Dorkside.
I'm curious what Russ feels about the because Russ
what the fuck kind of hellcraftian fucking bullshit I walked by this.
The Mothman. We got the thing to make Mothman for us. I think
these are terrifying.
Yeah.
I like this third one the best.
That's probably like
a few days ago.
Well, we were talking about how we just missed how we were talking about how like the Mothman isn't really evil. He's just kind of like a harbinger of doom. Like you see him and it means there's going to be like some kind of, disaster or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about vampires, Russ. I want to ask you, is even like Gary, Nerd Rock was talking about 30 Days a Night, and I'm not sure if you read the comic, but even Nerd Rock,
I never read that one.
He's like, but like as a film though, it's like that movie was fucking terrifying. Like 30 Days of fucking Night, like that's but the vampires in that fucking film, the makeup job was excellent. Like
I didn't like their like noise they made because it's like it's a stupid noise any human can make. But yeah, their black eyes and how they barely spoke. Like when they didn't, you thought they don't speak, but when they do say something, it's like something fucked up.
Yeah,
and probably my favorite line is the like when the guy's like, "Oh God," and he's like, "God,
no God."
But it's like, but he looks around. He's like,
"Yeah,
no God."
Yeah. No, because Russell's working on the new the Dawn Voyager movie coming out, or what's it called again?
Yeah, Last Voyage of the Demeter. And the thing about that is like we all know that everyone on the boat is going to die. So we know that the boat crashes and everyone's dead and Dracula gets off in London. So it's going to be one of those like Rogue One style movies where it's like, the
ending already.
Yeah, but again, it's like I was saying, like with Midnight Mass in this Demeter movie, we got
Midnight Mass
naked.
Was good. I like
but we got a naked vampire with wings.
So talking to Enzo about Russ when you left is like because Drinker was saying that and everyone in the group like because Drinker recommended Midnight Mass, but it seems like everyone that wasn't Drinker was like not liking Midnight Mass because they didn't like the last.
I liked
episode.
Midnight Mass and I liked The Haunting of Hill House.
Yep,
I did not like The Haunting of Blythe Manor.
Yeah, I remember
Bly Manor.
I was saying before while you left, like the problem with those episodes is they were good, but like there was like issues with the very last episode, which is like when the last episode doesn't
Bly
hit.
Manor or
Haunting a Hill House and Midnight Mass. Like
I
Haunting
Mass,
more so.
Midnight Mass's end just I wish that there was more of it. Like that was the thing was like I wish that like first of all the redheaded bitch, the one that like everybody hated. Sister whatever she needed a much worse death, like much worse with the way that she treated people. The Haunting of Hill House, I enjoyed a lot of like the fact that like you at the end you realize that you've been watching the end the whole time. I liked that. The Haunting of Bly Manor for me just was like the same shit again as Hill House, but not done as well. And I hated the one episode where it was like explaining who like the ghost like that walks from the lake was, because the whole that literally half the episode is she woke, she walked, she swam. She ate. She slept. Like it was like, and then she did it all again the next day. She woke. She walked. It was like. Let me see if I can find that scene.
Like I don't think you're there. Andrew, I was talking with Russ and Wes about this before I even met you guys, but that's like I mentioned the not open bar, but they're doing fucking what they call it? Maybe it was open bar. That's when Will had that got rags on and fucking just that and I know Russell listened to that one. That's the most uncomfortable fucking stream I've ever heard Will on.
Which one was this? I'm sorry.
Remember the one with him and fucking Rags because how Will didn't like Bly Manor and Rags was just fucking just
Rags having. And I'm not gonna like I don't want to say anything bad about the guy because I don't really know much about him. I only met him once, so like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, he's a piece of shit. But like.
It's just during that stream, it's like it was uncomfortable.
He's hard to stream with because he's very passionate about what he says. Yeah. And if you don't agree with him, he will fight you tooth and nail till like you understand. Well, either to concede or to make him understand your point. So like he's a true he wants to pull the debate out of you.
Right, but like, it's like we're talking about like fucking these fucking Disney movies. So it's like, man, because I didn't like the movie, I don't need to convince you anything, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'd be hard pressed to be like, explain why you didn't like this. Explain why you did like it. I'd be like,
I still haven't watched Bly Manor yet, but everything I've ever heard Will done, like that was only like and even comment section, it's like Will's voice because Will still had the avatar, he wasn't showing his face yet, and it's like you can just hear like the uncomfortableness in Will's fucking voice that entire fucking stream. It's like it's awkward as fuck.
That's why I like camming up because like you can see like everyone's like making faces and doing weird stuff. Like anytime like Ethan Van Sciver gets mentioned on Friday Night Tights, like some guy will be on the Ethan Van Sciver, Comicsgate, Cyberfrog, hell yeah, and like you'll see Az always like make a face.
Yeah, I think that was the difference too, Enzo, because Russ was busy, but like it's like you can have Yumi and Wes, like it's like you and me like Avatar, but Wes didn't like Avatar, but we still I don't know, the entire time Wes was talking with us, I never felt uncomfortable. Like, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
I found that scene, by the way.
Hell yeah. Cool.
And it's she would sleep, forget. She would wake. She would walk. She would fall, sleep. She would, and they said it like 16 fucking times in a row.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just kind of I could tell like I there's a lot of this pretentious writing you'll get every once in a while, and it's just like it just really kills it. Like I talked about how I watched Closer the first time ever, and it's like you can tell it's just it's based off a play, obviously, and you can tell it was just written by some fucking New Yorker playwright type character who's very pretentious and that kind of type. But the movie did have some great one-liners, and Natalie Portman was like peak hotness in that movie. Yeah. But yeah, pretentious writing, it kind of and someone was talking about how 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, that was not a good movie. There were a lot of people talking about how that wasn't a good movie, and one person said, the longer the movie title, the more pretentious it ends up being. And I'm like, that isn't necessarily true, but
I mean, one of my all-time favorite movies in terms of like relative simplicity and not being pretentious is Dr. Strangelove and How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Atomic Bomb. It doesn't.
Don't be a menace to South Central. Don't be a menace to South Central while you're drinking your juice in the hood. You know?
Yeah, like I mean, like Dr. Strangelove is one of the most basic plots you could ever imagine. Like it's a pending nuclear war, and most of it takes place inside of inside of like the war room. Like it's not particularly pretentious, and it has one of the longest names you'll ever see.
I love that movie. Stanley Kubrick. Some people would argue Stanley Kubrick was pretentious, though, but he was methodical and insane. I don't know if he was pretentious.
That's why I was so happy this year with fucking Sisu. It's the whole fucking movie. It's four letters. As I'm watching it, I'm like, I knew fucking for a fact, like all of us and people in our ether, everyone's gonna fucking love Sisu for exactly what it is.
I actually didn't like Sisu that much, to be honest with you. I thought possibly because I'm getting kind of over these like it's kind of like a John Wick clone, but like
that's why I didn't like Renfield had the same thing. There's so many scenes of like killing lots of henchmen, and it's like, this again?
Yeah.
You know?
See, I will say this: Sisu at least tried to do something different. Like they definitely, it was busted up into like smaller mini movies almost.
Yeah.
That like had a point to them. Like it was like each scene
vignettes.
Vignettes almost. I think the whole movie was only 80 minutes long or something like that.
And that's why I liked it for, because it was short to the point, and just because it's I never seen a guy throw a fucking landmine at a guy's head. It's like just things like that.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, it would like I'm not saying I hated it, but it definitely wasn't one of those movies that I was like clamoring about. Like I'm noticing the diminishing returns on like the pissed off middle-aged white guy killing people meme like going on, like
coming on with like all the fucking intricate death scenes. They fucked with the
saying
wrong guy. You didn't know he was a fucking
the CG. Like you're right, but like because them guys talking about like Marvel, it's like, but I still feel like even 2007 fucking Transformers, the CGI was better, but that's the point that 2007 CGI compared to nowadays should look like shit, and the fact that 2007 CGI still beats out Little Mermaid or fucking anything Disney's done.
Little Mermaid is some of the worst CG I've ever seen in my life. It really was.
It's
and like it wasn't, and like it's, and here's the thing is there's no excuse for it. At least with certain movies, like if there's like a really rough production, I can come up with an excuse like, oh, they just didn't have the time to finalize it or whatever. They've been like, this movie's been in production for fucking ever.
Yeah.
They from all accounts, everybody was on board from day fucking one. There's no way that you could tell me that it's over. It's that Disney's CG people are just overworked. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're I mean, they just get paid too little, and they get expected to do basically anchor the whole movie. That's the thing, is like Chris Nolan has this attitude when he makes a movie. He's just going to shoot and shoot and shoot, and we'll fix it in editing. And a lot of directors have that style, and it's kind of frowned upon. It hasn't really failed Chris Nolan too much yet, but it is kind of a slapdash thing. And thanks to digital filmmaking, like Robert Rodriguez, like that's how you could do that kind of style even faster and cheaper. But like Chris Nolan insists on doing that kind of shoot first, ask questions style of filmmaking on celluloid, which is expensive and risky, and you got to know what you're doing. But now we got this slew of directors, and their whole mythology, their whole I can't talk right now. Their whole style is just shoot first, and we'll fix it. The computer visual effects people will fix it later,
right.
And that is just like not the way to go, because like normally you should have visual effects artists like on the set, like, okay, well, we want a shot of this guy flying, so the way to do that in the computer is we need footage of him doing it like this, and but instead they just kind of shoot stuff on set, on location, and they're like, we'll just add the fucking giant CGI creature in there, no problem. And they're like, actually, it is a problem. You're making it harder.
Yeah. No, it's like even like listen to Chad talk to Joe Rogan about the Swibs, and like Russell obviously with the Swibs, like where he would say that, like, Quentin, he's like, Quentin is old school and stuff. He's like, but Quentin has like 1 or 2 scenes. He's like, but us doing John Wick, when you have John Wick killing 70 fucking stunt guys, it's so much easier to have digital blood, because instead of having, like, I think he called it the layovers there, instead of having your stunt guys keep changing different outfits and costumes and just come back and over. But just the way he just was breaking down, like, why John Wick, it made so much more sense to use digital blood. And after he explained to Joe, like,
they had a fairly small budget on almost all of the John Wick movies. Had relatively small budgets comparatively to what they were. I mean, let me see. What was the
they
John
made
Wick
money.
4 had John Wick 4 had probably the largest budget. So let's see what that one was.
Like you said, that's the 4th film in the franchise.
I have nothing wrong with CG violence. Like Passion of the Christ is like some of the best violence ever. It's all mostly CG, and then like
I mean, John Wick 4 was only $100 million budget, which it's like, give me $100 million, and it's amazing. But like, like by modern movies, that's relatively small.
Yeah. That's also that's why they said films like Sisu. I mean, what the hell was the budget on Sisu? Like $10 million or some shit like that.
See, I'd be shocked if it was that much.
So sad.
It was like an indie film.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sorry.
Sisu disambigued, because he's actually like a real fucking person apparently.
Jeez.
Like, or like it's like based on a real person. I don't know. Oh no, Sisu is a Finnish concept of stoic determination and tenacity.
Yeah. That's why I wonder with budgets and stuff, like, say for instance, like the Meg, it's like the budget on the Meg, I guarantee is not as big as like say Little Mermaid, but thing is, I know films like say the Meg, like they know what they're going for, and it's like Indiana Jones, Little Mermaid, they keep doing these endless fucking reshoots. Like so far, between Doomcock and Will talking about this shit, that Indiana Jones reportedly cost like fucking over $300 million because of all the 1,500 reshoots they're doing.
Sisu didn't even cost 6.5 million. It cost 6 million euros, 6.427.
What was the box office?
I
can't see that's a profit.
I mean, the box office is only 11.6 million. But
we're doing a little Porky Pig right there. That was pretty good.
But here's the thing: is there was zero fucking like advertising for this movie. So
yeah, that's the thing I've talked about earlier. Often is like, the advertising people. That's the other thing they're doing is like, oh, we don't need to make any good ads. We'll just let the memes take care of it. We'll just let word of mouth take care of it. We'll just release it on Netflix and people will just start making memes. Silly.
Basically.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have to call it a night soon, guys. I'm starting to fade.
Yeah, no worries. My cousin and maybe my friend McLovin might pop in. If they don't, we'll wrap it up. If not, we'll just keep going.
I'm gonna call it for now. But it was fun as always. Well, and what time Wednesday are you looking at?
Whenever, man. I mean, what time are you thinking? I'm down for whatever. It's gonna be.
I'll just let you know when I get out of work, and we'll just fucking start.
I'm assuming sometime between 5 and 9 p.m. Whatever.
I'll keep you in touch. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, man. I'm happy to see him like stay up this late, because I know it's like for him 1 o'clock. It's 1:13.
Let's talk about how we're happy to see you alive.
I just said to her right now, she's like, honey, you come, because she's next door because we're in an adjacent apartment. She's like, are you coming over? I was like, I just wanted Enzo just pulled up some images of the Mothman. She's like, well, Chris, we're gonna now we have to watch the Mothman. I was like, honey, you're gonna love this fucking movie.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. I want to watch the Mothman now. I'll wait till Megan gets back.
What's going on with Russell on Wednesday?
I think me and him and hopefully my cousin are going to watch Masters of the Universe and another Dolph Lundgren movie.
Nice. Let me know. Yeah, because He-Man, that film, there's a special place in my heart for that movie, even though you recognize how bad.
And Collar, dude, if you want to watch anything else, because here's the thing, I'm going to be house sitting for the next 10 days before I go to Colorado, and I'm trying to record as many movies as I can. I want to watch the
fucking Mothman.
I don't know if that's a good riff movie. I mean, I legit like that. But if you want to riff something anytime, any day in the next 10 days, and also that goes for Kyle also. So let me know. Just hit me up, be like, yo, man, you want to watch something in about an hour or later? I don't think I got anything planned. I got practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have anything planned really for the rest of the week until next Monday, next time we stream. So
yeah, that's cool. That's cool part of me doing Uber basically now full time is I just kind of make my own schedule. Like right now, I would go out and do it, but I'm kind of tired. But like if I'm not streaming with you, I'm just doing Uber kind of whenever the fuck I feel like it. And it's
cool.
It's kind of fun. I like having this like I can do it whenever I want to, so it gives me a more open schedule.
Yeah, and then Cooch Pooch, he was another guy. He wants to do some movies. We'll probably watch something this weekend. I don't know. I'm just trying to watch whatever, whenever, with whoever.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. If you got anything in your mind, or also if you want to watch something random you've never seen before, that's always fun too.
Oh, definitely. If you do Master Universe with Russ, let me know because that's a good He-Man movie for what it was.
Well, that's Wednesday, so if you want to hop in on that, man, please.
Oh, definitely. Fuck yeah. It's like Dolph Lundgren and shit. Like the cheap freaking makeup. Yeah, those guys ran out of fucking budget.
The Vaseline budget on just smearing all over Dolph Lundgren's torso. It's insane how shiny he is throughout the whole film.
Christ. Yeah, well, hopefully now once we get tomorrow, the furniture comes in, and then Wednesday's my TV. So hopefully I can start getting a better sound setup because I hate having these are helping the room dividers, but yeah, it's like having a fucking empty goddamn apartment. So once the furniture gets here, like I can start figuring some shit out, man.
Yeah, well, that's good. And then I guess you're gonna watch Mothman tonight.
Well,
and
she's probably gonna fall asleep. I'll watch something else. No, like Wes said, I am 4 episodes into Yellow Jackets, and that said Wes, we bust his balls, but this show is fucking intriguing. I want to know.
It is. It is kind of, it is like kind of feministy. I don't want to talk too much about it, but first of all I do want to say right now about Yellow Jackets is I want to postpone the Yellow Jackets episode 1 Monday, so not next Monday, but 2 Mondays from now, because I didn't realize there was 2 seasons.
Yeah,
I thought I had to watch 10 episodes in 10 days, not 20. So also next Monday, a week from today, we're going to be talking about the Flash movie. So
I'll definitely like Russ said, I'm going to catch like Thursday. I'm going to make a post Thursday, 3:00. I'm catching the first.
Yeah, I could go to the fucking theater up here in Leander, Texas, on a random Thursday or Friday and just like see it by myself if I want to.
Yeah, honestly, it's now that you're here, but like we talked about this before, like with seeing stuff. Like at one point, I couldn't tell Russ because we got backed up, but like I listened to the whole little platoon thing. I mean, I don't dislike that mentality, but like at one point, I heard him say like, "Oh, listen, Transformers: Rise of the Beast." Right? I'm 20 minutes in. I just walked out. I just got up and walked down left, and I'm still like, "Well, look,
whose fault is that, dummy?"
It's like, but like my thing is, I knew Little Mermaid was gonna be fucking terrible as much as Drinker knew Peter Pan and Wendy would be terrible, but I still feel like, well, if you're going to tell me that, well, I hated this film. Okay, did you watch the entire thing? Well, no, I'll watch the first 20 minutes. That's like saying, okay, well, if you watch the first 20 minutes of The Sixth Sense, then you can't tell me if the movie is good or not if you only watch the first fucking 20 minutes of The Sixth Sense, because then you missed out on the goddamn ending. And I'm like, you can't tell me, you can't criticize a fucking movie if you only watched 1/10 of it. It's like saying, well, I hated Yellow Jackets, but like, okay, how much Yellow Jackets did you watch? Well, just the first episode. Then you can't criticize the entire season of a TV show if you watch 1 episode.
No, yeah. I mean, I will say what I've seen so far. First of all, I thought it was funny how Wes was like very like, vague about describing it. It was like, it's kind of like Lost, but with cheerleaders. And I don't want to describe too much. It's like, I can describe it perfectly. It's Lord of the Flies, but with women. And just take it like, I know I'm only 3 episodes in, but I think it would be really funny if it devolves into like a great, like, I would love to like,
see, I am curious. I do want to see if there becomes a supernatural element because they're hinting at that. So I'm curious.
I hope so. That would make it cooler. That would make it more.
Yeah, because like you said, because if it was just like fucking a female Lord of the Flies, it wouldn't be as interesting as like if there's like a demon there or a witch or some shit.
I'll say just like first 3 episode recap. I first 2 episodes were pretty okay. I just kind of watched them before bed. The 3rd episode, there was a part that legit creeped me out where the one girl's grandmother like fucking dies and sees the man with no eyes in the mirror. I was like, whoa, that was good.
And that's mentioned fuck the chick's fucking son. He's like, well, she's like, hey, what's up with all these pictures on the mirror? He's like, well, because the woman in the tree. He's like, then he starts singing his name and stuff, and creepily and shit. And I'm like, that's.
I probably watched. The thing is, I didn't watch 2 episodes last night. I watched 1, so I was like, well, I'll watch 3 episodes tonight.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, realistically, it's like, no, let's try to talk about Flash. I'll tell Wes tomorrow. I'll be like, hey man, we were talking about it on the stream and there's too many episodes to watch by Monday and we want to talk about Flash. So we'll do next Monday.
That's like I'll listen to replay because I was pausing it for DoorDash, but when Russell was talking to those guys, I'm like, when at one point someone's like, well, I can't, I mean, I'm going to criticize this film, but I walked out 20 minutes in. I'm like, well, from my aspect, now I can't take you seriously though, because it's like I would at least respect your opinion if you watch the entire thing.
I think that's how you know, like they're, some of these dudes are not in it for the passion,
Yeah.
Like I could understand, like, hey man, I'm supposed to watch this stupid fucking Transformers movie. And I don't want to be here, and I'm surrounded by children, and this is like the 5th movie in 5 weeks I've had to watch to make fun of. And at a certain point, you just kind of crap out, give up. But at the same time, like I've never walked out of a movie theater. I've never walked out of a movie.
I've never. Seriously, I'm 41 years old, and I've been seeing movies since I was fucking 3. I've never in my lifetime ever walked out of a film.
I've seen movies that sucked in the theater too, but it's like I can't go now. Last Jedi was like one of the times where I was like confused. Like I'll never forget that experience watching that movie. Like I know how everyone always harps on The Last Jedi, but it is the worst movie ever made because of like the damage it did to the multiverse, and also just like I remember like being so excited when it started, kind of like, yeah, let's go. And then like, the Yo Mama joke happened in like first 5 minutes of the movie. And it was like,
especially, I mean, there's so much to say with that fucking film. The biggest fuck you, especially with Luke. I mean, for me, just like, okay, now Luke's gonna go out there, and that's the only time like the screensaver. You could make a good screensaver out of context of Luke versus the fucking entire First Order and all those major AT-ATs and shit. That one scene is so fucking badass because you have the expectation where Luke is about to fucking drop the whole goddamn empire.
One thing that I thought was pretty fun to listen to today on the B-Sub stream that Russ was on was them talking about how like they're intentionally, the reason they're talking about why the hell did they premiere Indiana Jones at Cannes Film Festival. And they said that the rumor is Doomcock, Doomcock's always just got the most outrageous rumors that kind of end up being true, I
mean, I feel like Doomcock, he's like, it seems like that dude's like 8 out of 10 correct usually.
Because here's the thing. Here's what he said was going to happen. He said that the Dial of Destiny was going to be all about erasing Indiana Jones. Nope. And he said specifically, like he's got that clickbait kind of Miss Cleo type thing where he's like, look, here's the thing. I'm telling you what they're going to do. They're going to erase Indiana Jones with Fleabag. What's her name? Kathy Waller-Bridge. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And then what they're going to do is this and that and this. But here's what they're going to do. Because I'm making these videos and we're all getting, outrage, there's 2 possibilities. Either A, they release it like I said, and I'm right. Or B, they know I'm right and they do a bunch of reshoots and they change it, which means I was also right, and we kind of got them to change the ending a little.
Wait, that's why even Doomcock was saying with the test screenings, they reshot this film has gone through 8 different endings.
Yeah. So the reason why they were saying like they think what happened was they showed whoever the big boss is at Lucasfilm, what's his name? Disney. What's the guy?
Bob
Iger. He saw the fucking cut of Indiana Jones, and he told Kathleen Kennedy, "Hey, this is terrible. You need to fix it." And she's like, "Give me a year." And he's like, "No." So what did they do? I think they released it at Cannes a month early, intentionally to sabotage Kathleen Kennedy, so she couldn't like try to change it last minute. She couldn't try to salvage it, and now she will have to take the blame finally for something that sucks. Let's catch up on some of these chats. Farrell, I definitely want to watch Toxic Avenger, so let's do that whenever we want.
Awesome.
Let me know. I walked out of the Phantom Menace to go smoke. That's different. Going out to smoke or use the bathroom, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you didn't like the movie, so you left.
Yeah, exactly. It's Phantom Menace. If you walked that hour in, that means you would never fucking see the Duel of the Fates, which is arguably the best lightsaber scene ever made. I mean, you could debate that, but
or the worst, depending on who you ask. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
that's not true. Well, he said Lucas might be buying. Yeah, that's another thing. So Kathleen Kennedy hopefully will get fired, and they were also talking about on the B-Sub stream. This is amazing, but they were saying like it's possible. Doomcock, they were relaying what Doomcock said, but they're saying Kathleen Kennedy, not only might she not get fired, but she also might not get her golden parachute or big payout. She might actually be uneligible for, getting this big severance pay because of the damage she did by, quote, killing Luke Skywalker. It's pretty bad. Kyle saying he thinks they change Indiana Jones. Yeah, probably. They change all these movies now. It used to be rare for reshoots to happen, and it used to be basically for like narrative purposes, like
not to mention back back in the day, it's like if you had fuck audience doing test screenings, there wasn't the internet, so people couldn't fucking leak. They couldn't leak the ending. Now with test screenings and shit, people could. If people sign an NDA all day, then they'll fucking make a dummy account and they'll tell the whole world what happened and shit. So it's.
Yeah, I mean NDAs are just so funny. Like I heard about how like people get laid off at Facebook. What happens is they get a gigantic severance payment. It's like 2-year salary up front. You get a check for 2 years salary. Bam. And you have to sign this big old NDA. And it's like, what? You know, why are the social media people so secretive? You know, it's freaky. I 100% believe that rumor that they were time travel erasing India and replacing him with her. Yeah, I mean, definitely the time travel and all that stuff is substantiated. So the fact that he got that much right, that's enough proof for me, you know. Yep. But then again, it's like Ethan Van Sciver. This is why I love Ethan Van Sciver, because like he doesn't get all the credit he deserves as a YouTuber, you know. I mean, he's making his own money doing comic books and he streams like for fun, but dude, he's so much more profound, and he's always spot on when it comes to like, you know, he has disagreements with the Friday Night Tight people, the Geeks and Gamers crews. Like they have some disagreements, specifically ever since Gina Carano. Like Ethan Van Sciver's whole philosophy is like, I don't even want to watch this stuff to review it, because like stop giving them oxygen, stop giving them air, like really boycott them. And I understand, like, you know, these guys make money ridiculing Disney movies for a living, so it's hard to like say no to that. But at the same time, it's also like, you know, Ethan Van Sciver is one of the few dudes in this circle that's actually improving things. And like, you know, Ripa took his lead, you know, the Comicsgate lead, like make a comic book, just release your own story in the medium you can do in. And that's why like he's inspiring all these other artists to get on this comics book chain. But what he said super profoundly about Indiana Jones was like, here's the thing. Indiana Jones previously used to always be about these like almost like supernatural / religious type stuff, like the Covenant of the Ark, the Holy Grail. But then once you start getting into this like science shit, like aliens and time travel, it's not the same. An alien being, that's cool, but that's not as amazing as like the Holy Grail. Like that's real, you know. It's kind of what I want my vampire book to be about. Is more about like that stuff, like meta, like that. What I describe as like existential horror. You know, it's not just the fact that it's a vampire trying to suck your blood. It's the fact that vampires exist and holy water like harms them, and God is real, and the devil and hell and all these things are like real. It's fucking freaky.
She's gonna tell me now. Yeah, mine's 1:30. So Wednesday, let me know. But
yeah, man. And then also you let me know if there's anything else you want to watch later this week. You know,
right now it's Mothman now.
Okay, yeah.
I'll text you in the morning.
All right, bud.
Thanks.
All right, good night.
I'm alive.
Treat Williams is dead. Did he die just now, or he's been dead? Also, Queef, if you're listening, get in here, man. Let's. Oh my God! What the fuck? Holy shit! Treat Williams just died. We were talking about him and the Phantom. Holy crap. I got to message that to the boys. They just left. Y'all. OMG. Treat Williams from the Phantom. Bad guy from the Phantom. He was also in Deep Rising. I love him in that one. Oh, God. We should watch that one. Deep Rising. Just died. Holy shit. More Mothman shit. This was like a supernatural stream. A lot of weird goings ons. I wouldn't call it ironic. I would call that more Roswellian type nonsense. Ugh. Well, I'm all alone. Oh, here we go. Is this him? I was just about to send this to you. Kyle's here. Okay. What up, man?
Hey, yeah, no. So I said, I'm on Fierce as everyone else left. I'm using my fucking speakerphone.
No worries.
Yeah, no, I just saw that. How weird is that, dude? We did that. We were talking about him.
I don't want to say we did that. But yeah, come on, we chilling. Come on with it, and let's goof off. I'm talking to my cousin right now. It's like, I don't know anything about these movies and shit. It's like, yeah, that's fine. We can talk about stuff other than that. Now that now that the nerds are gone, I just
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Super weird. So we were just talking about it. I think he came up like the last time.
Yeah.
As well, he'd been coming up about, I think, Deep Rising as well. You brought up Deep Rising.
I love Deep Rising.
Yeah, that movie's fucking cool.
We will watch that, you and me, Kyle.
Here, I'll even go cam. I'm on my patio, dude. It's been a weird fucking night out here.
Everything's weird. You were experiencing gunfire?
Yeah. So okay,
wow.
And after I got off, I was kind of packing stuff up out here, and I started hearing
Farrell's in here.
Sounded like someone fighting. And
what up, Farrell?
Hey, what's up, guys? I figured I'd do the same as Kyle. I'm on speakerphone, but I'm here.
Did you hear about this Treat Williams shit? This is shocking.
I just heard about it. Like, holy cow.
Okay, go ahead, Kyle. You're talking about your shootout at your house.
Oh no. So, okay, yeah. So right after I got off, I was packing stuff up. I started hearing screaming out there, and there was like a crazy homeless lady like having a mental breakdown out there. So my wife called the non-emergency line, and the police were like, "Oh yeah, she like lives out in the woods out there." And we like deal with this with her every now and then. But I think she like freaked out because of the people that went out there shooting. I don't really know what's going on. It's been a weird night out here.
Man.
The police are out there scanning her, I think.
Okay, I'm trying to get my cousin in here. He's like, "Ooh." It's like, come on, buddy. Let's goof off. Yeah, dude, weird stuff. Anyway, let's do what else are the other Treat Williams movies? There's The Substitute, there's Hair, of course, that's the big one. Dude, that's so weird. I was looking up The Phantom and I didn't see, like, when did he die?
I was seeing reports when I was just looking just now, it said 3 hours ago.
So yeah, we were talking like right when we mentioned his name.
Yeah.
Weird.
And then the Mothman, where he's just
holy fuck, that's weird. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours, okay? All right. And yeah, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago is the longest it's been. Holy fuck, dude. Like, we mentioned his name. We invoked his spirits. That was weird. Anyway, what are the other good Treat Williams movies, man? There's some good ones. There's The Substitute, like I said. I think Deep Rising is definitely a must-see. If you haven't seen it, you've seen Deep Rising, right, Farrell?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay, so Treat Williams is a like a mercenary / pirate. No, he's a pirate who's smuggling some mercenaries who are like stolen some guns, machine guns and stuff. And they encounter a cruise ship that has been attacked by a fucking gigantic like tentacle sea monster. And it's fucking amazing. Yeah, it's like crazy mercenaries with guns like being attacked by giant tentacles with teeth.
That does sound like my kind of movie.
It also had great CGI effects that still hold up for this day, even though the movie came out in '96. Just like Starship Troopers, like how the arachnids still look so great.
Yes.
The tentacle creatures in Deep Rising look badass still because they're slimy. It's easy to get slimy things right on a computer animated animal stuff. So what are you up to, Farrell? I'm glad you're listening, hanging out again.
Yeah, not much, just kind of hanging out. I happen to be up tonight. I do have to go to bed soon because tomorrow's my day to go hang out and do like family duty stuff. But
no worries. Yeah, maybe we can close out if my cousin doesn't pop in here. We close out soon, no big deal.
Oh, it's not a big deal. It kind of felt nice, like getting back in the groove because I really miss like hanging out. Like my life's been like a mile a second, like the last 2 months. So.
Well, you know, we just open arms, welcome you back into the fold. No big deal. All right. It's like you never left. Yeah. And when do you want to watch Toxic Avenger? Like, I mean, anytime you're in front of a computer, you got some internet and got time to watch a 90-minute movie, let me know.
You doing anything Friday?
Now let's aim for Friday. Whatever time.
Yeah, cause the only thing I got to do at Friday is go check in at one of the places selling my stuff around like noon, 1 o'clock. And other than that, my Friday is wide open.
Cool. Great. I think I'm gonna start because Queef. I always try to get him, my cousin. I try to always get him in every any stream I can get him on. He's fucking me and him were fucking funny. And
oh, I know. I love listening to you.
But he's his schedule is kind of erratic. So I think what I'm gonna do is just pencil in a bunch of streams with all you dudes, and just throw them all at him and see which ones he's available for.
Yeah.
But and also I want to say around September, autumn, I'm gonna pivot to the horror stuff, and I want to watch a bunch of public domain horror movies that are free to put up on YouTube, unedited. But also I want to watch some good horror movies, some fun stuff, and I definitely want to watch The Stellar. So we need to get you in on that one because you're that was one of the first ones that got recommended back then.
Yeah, so, it was a good one.
I want to also watch Man's Best Friend with Lance Henderson and the Killer Saint Bernard.
Yes.
So, and you would recommend another dog movie, like a super dog movie, like a collie, or was that you?
I don't think so.
But it's in the list. Let's see, what was it called? Movie wish list here. It's
Oh, are you talking about the robot dog Chomps?
Yes, that's it. I want to watch Man's Best Friend and Chomps together. And the Stellar.
Though, I think Chomps you might have a little trouble with because I think that was one of those remember when Disney was on ABC and they would do special movies back in the 80s? I think it was one of those. So that might be.
You think I won't be able to find it? You're saying?
No, I'm saying they might not let you load the movie for the stream or whatever.
No. I mean, we watch everything on Discord, and although it is not on this website, so yeah, maybe it might be hard to find. Maybe it's Chomps with periods. Is that how it's spelled?
Yes. Yep.
Nope. There's Operation Chimp, and there's Chud. Maybe we'll watch Chud instead, just because we can't find Chomps. I like Chomps. I like Chud. We watched The Stuff. I showed Meg's little niece and nephew were here. They're 10 and 15, boy and girl, and we were talking about marshmallows or something. I can't remember. And I was like, "Oh yeah, The Stuff." Well, they didn't know what I was talking about, and I showed them The Stuff, that movie from the 80s. They both loved it. They were like, "This movie's awesome." I was like, "Yeah, it is. It's funny too."
Yes, it was.
Oh man. And then of course that what's his name? Chocolate Chip Charlie, that old black man at the end who becomes a monster. He turns into that creature. That's one of the weirdest scenes. It's where bad makeup and bad special effects make it more horrifying, oh.
That's what I loved about the old B movies, and they did not care about the gore.
Yeah, I mean, it's all just corn syrup, right? It's cheap. It's not expensive, And that's what I was going to talk about earlier about CGI blood. It's I don't mind CGI blood as long as it's mapped, because I hate it when CGI blood in Renfield, it sprays out of someone's neck and it just disappears. It needs to coat walls, and it needs to stay on the walls. It needs to stay there and spray. And I was supposed to talk about this new Mortal Kombat 1. It looks pretty cool, but one of the things I'm noticing is the battle damage is way better. When you get these big attacks done to you, the character's covered in blood. You can tell he's soaked with wet red blood. It's cool. Yeah.
That's what I grew up on, movies like that.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, God. What other Treat Williams movies, man? Fuck. I feel like he's been in some serious movies, right? I just can't remember. Let's see. So, Phantom. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. There you go. That's an old one. That's a fucking name I haven't heard in a while, man. Things to Do in Dead. We're actors. 131 roles. Obviously, just like everybody else, doing a lot of TV movies, TV shows. Drunk Parents, I think, was his last bigger movie. Run, Hide, Fight. Christmas House 2, Deck Those Halls. His last credit is Blue Bloods. Okay. All right, let's get into the good stuff. He's in A whole lot of TV. Good God. Miss Blue Residence. All right, The Simpsons. Oh, he played himself in The Simpsons. He was in Law and Order, of course. Oh, he's in 127 Hours. He's Aaron's dad. He was in the Howl movie with James Franco. What Happens in Vegas? Nope. Let's just pull this up here. Jesus. What am I doing? I'm just reading to you guys.
Oh.
Fuck. Sorry. Miss Congeniality 2. He's in a movie called Venomous. Ooh, maybe we'll watch that. Let's watch that tonight. What the fuck? Venomous. There is no antidote. Treat Williams. Mutant snakes survived a terrorist attack on government laboratory, and they now threaten the town of Santa Maria Springs, California. Seismic activity has brought snakes to the surface where residents are being bitten. We're watching this right fucking after this stream. I'm sorry. That's happening. All right. You guys can come in or not. I mean, I'll try to get my cousin involved or someone. Fuck. Maybe I'll watch it by myself. The Deep End of the Ocean. There we go. That was the movie I was thinking of. I remember Something Serious with like Michelle Pfeiffer, and I think, is that Edward Furlong? Is it Eddie Furlong? No, it's wait. No, some other little kid. Oh well.
Some random
I think we're
kid.
gonna watch Venomous. I think that was the one that looked. Oh, he's in the Devil Zone. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway,
I just have to
R.I.P.
think of,
Treat Williams. You got a great name. Your name's Treat. Sorry, what?
I was just saying, you mentioned him in the other one with James Franco made me think of another one. If you want to do like the dog theme, go with Wolfen.
Oh, I love
which was
Wolfen.
like a low budget howling.
Yeah, in England, an English werewolf in England, right?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Oh yeah,
though.
Treat Williams is in 1941, and Marathon Man. He's uncredited in Marathon Man. Okay, weird. But yeah, Hair was his big movie, big fucking breakout. Wow. Dead Heat. Oh my God, that's my favorite Treat Williams movie. My God, I'm sorry. How could I forget Dead Heat? Him and Joe Pescopo are zombie police partners.
Yep.
Shit, I've never seen that. That sounds fucking hilarious, though.
Oh, that movie's amazing.
It was great.
I'm gonna show you. There's like a specific GIF. I'm so glad it's a GIF now. But like, there was a specific scene where like him and another zombie like just start shooting each other with machine guns. So it's like two zombies with machine guns, and they're both just like unloading on each other, and they're standing like 5 feet away from each other, and they're just like firing full clips at each other, like at full auto. It's so funny. And they just kind of stand there and do the scarecrow dance and just kind of like walk it off. It's weird. It's such a great little like out of context, like 3-second clip. Let me see if I can pull it up. Enough talking about it. And yeah, Queef, if you're watching, my God, we have to watch this Venomous like right now. Or Deep Rising. That's another good one. Dead Heat. Treat. So sorry that he is dead now. That sucks. But it's so weird. I would have ended this stream like fucking half an hour ago if that didn't happen. You know?
Yeah.
How bizarre.
That's what you could do. You could binge watch some of the movies over the next, like, say, 3 days, and then whatever you can cram in the next 3 days, do like a memorial.
Let's just all of a sudden hard pivot to a Treat. Yeah, just do like a Treat Williams marathon. Change of plan, boys. Well, I mean, even if we do them all this year, still that works. As long as we all do them this Halloween season, because he's in a lot of good horror movies. All right, let's see. Let me pull this video clip up. It's 20 seconds long. So I hope Oh, I'm sorry. I'm cutting out. I'm cutting out because I'm loading this YouTube video. It's 20 seconds long though. So, gunfire. That gunfire's on my end. You are hearing gunfire, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all crapped out. I see what's going on. I was like,
okay.
Here, hang on a second. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. Let's do this. Let's try this again. All right. I'm going to pull this up here. I'm going to show you this 20-second clip. All right. Here we go. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Comment section argument.
What's that?
Saying it's like a visual representation of a comment section argument.
Yes.
Greatest scene in cinema history. The last shot before he closes the door, of course. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Well, yeah. Maybe I'm going to stop the stream and watch Venomous. That's probably what I'm going to do. And yeah, you guys, I guess, what are you guys going to do? Go to bed? It's late.
Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. here.
All right. Well, I'm glad nobody got killed. That's the most important thing. It's something I say at the end of every one of these streams, but this is one of the only times I actually meant it. God, what a weird night. Oh, except Treat Williams. He died. Fuck, never mind.
Yeah, you can't even say that.
Yeah.
How did he die, by the way? I didn't even look it up.
The motorcycle.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He might have died right when I said his name.
So you invoked his name, and then you started pulling up all the Mothman imagery, and then it just
I was
sealed
like,
the
yeah,
deal.
the Phantom with paint with the oh my God, dude, Chris saw the Mothman and he warned him. Where did he crash his car? If it's in fucking New York somewhere, dude, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Yes, that's where he lives, isn't it? In New York State, anyway, not the city.
It was in Vermont. He was in Vermont, but still, that is up in Mothman territory. And he suffered critical injuries and was airlifted to a hospital in Albany, New York. What the fuck? We killed Trent Williams. No! Oh my God, dude, that is horrifying and weird. I gotta get back on the phone with Chris. Dude. WTF. You've got to see the last bit of the stream. I'm gonna make a highlight about this. Did we kill Trent Williams? That's what I'm gonna have a highlight on fucking tomorrow. It's gonna be like, did I kill Treat Williams? I'm gonna time track it. I'm gonna literally go back, like however 3-4 hours I said that ago. I said it probably 3 hours ago, and then like right at the same time, like just in.
No, I think we were a little deeper in the stream before we started talking about Phantom.
I hope so. Still.
I want to say we were a good probably hour to hour and a half in before we got to that.
Wasn't it Blue Collar?
Oh boy.
He like asked about the movie.
Yeah, we were talking about like no, I had mentioned Billy Zane as Lex Luthor. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had mentioned Jesse Eisenfucker as a terrible Lex Luthor, and I was like, yeah. The Zane train, baby. That's who should be playing Lex Luthor. Even today. Yep. I'm like, shit. Get Vince Vaughn. Shave his head just like in Brawl and Cellblock 99. Have him be the new Lex Luthor.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that's inspired. I like that one.
I don't care. Just a big fucking scary tough dude who's also like a maniacal genius. I'm going to tell Michael, like my cousin, hey, Treat Williams died. Let's watch this movie. Watch this Killer Snake movie in his honor. Well, guys, on that note, Jesus, I don't even know what to say. I guess R.I.P. Treat Williams. Also, hopefully R.I.P. Ezra Miller's career after this Flash movie comes out this weekend. My God, what a weird night. Anal probings, Mothmans, gunfights, gang violence, man-eating chickens, Flash escaping the terrors of Hawaii, Treat Williams, Deep Rising, Venomous Star. Don't know what to say other than R.I.P. Fuck. Well, this is why you gotta love your friends, love your family, and please stay the fuck off those motorcycles. People, they are dangerous. Have a good weekend, folks. Or good week. Today's Monday. That's right.